Okay, we have the green bars, we have the live counters ticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is the Paradox Hour podcast, and we are here to check in with the Spring 2025 anime season. Just checking my watch, we are 3 weeks late, but it's fine. It's mid-season-ish.
Look, sometimes things happen, and schedules get tricky.
I was busy spending way too much money at an anime convention, so it just kind of...
I fucking know about that.
How much of a dent did that put in your tab?
Way to taunt me with those fucking pictures of the Thunderbolt Fantasy booth.
I saw them and I'm like, I'm sure Mill would love or hate this. I have to send those to him.
I'm sure he's fine.
Oh yeah. God, I'm so jealous. I'm legitimately jealous.
Yeah, I had no idea that was even a thing then until I just saw the booth and I'm like, oh, Thunderbolt Fantasy, that's random, but cool.
On the plus side, the fucking finale movie has been added to Crunchyroll really quickly. It's already up, so I am 100% going to watch that at some point and probably include it on our wrap-up.
As soon as we're off stream tonight or something?
No, because I'm quite animated out right now, but, maybe tomorrow.
See, I assumed that would happen, because why else would you have Thunderbolt Fantasy there?
I got Thunderbolt Fantasy where? What? I'm confused now.
Con. At the con.
At the con, right. There. Oh, yeah, God, oh.
Yeah,
I thought I'd put it. I thought I'd put it in the list or something.
Well, you made the
going crazy
profile picture.
I'm going crazy. Oh God.
Or please stop gaslighting Mill.
Oh, never.
Oh yeah. So yeah, definitely gonna watch that at some point in the next 4 weeks. Definitely gonna include it in our wrap up. If nothing else, it'll give me another more best fight nominations, probably.
Hey, yeah.
Some of these awards are going to be more difficult than others. Let me just say that.
To be fair, not that I need them this season. This season has got some really good shows with really good fights.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
So I'm probably gonna struggle with choice this season compared to some other seasons.
Honestly, the only category I see having only a handful of nominees, even potentially, is Best Antagonist, because this is also a very light season on firm antagonists who last more than an episode and something.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just looking through the list and I'm trying to think. I mean,
I have one locked in, but I can't think of it. Well, okay, I might have two locked in for antagonists, but we'll see.
I mean, depending on
the problem is most of the series that have strong antagonists are also either sequels or ones that are kind of hard to nominate antagonists for, because look, Nmbr, you can't nominate Char.
Actually, no. I've got two choices that I would be happy with. Part of it will maybe depend on where Vigilantes ends, but I think I've got a good choice from there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Vigilantes is one that I could probably throw in there.
And we'll get to the other one in a few shows, but
I think I know what you're. I think I know what you're thinking.
We'll discuss it when we get to that particular show.
Anyway, we should probably get started. We've been yapping for 4 minutes. So our first show on the docket is, of course, a ninja and an assassin under one roof.
Oh my god, this show.
This fucking show.
How many more visually distinct and interesting characters have they killed off?
At least half a dozen.
God.
Well, in addition to what Mill has seen, I think only 2 or 3.
Yeah. That fucking poor cat girl who got absolutely fucking butchered by Roboco, though.
Oh, yeah.
Do I want to know?
So basically, Catgirl tries to initiate a transformation sequence and tries stalling for time. Roboco, aka the robot replacement for Satoko, we'll explain in a second, notices that she's stalling for time and just absolutely butchers her mid-transformation sequence, which was supposed to apparently last 15 fucking minutes.
I mean, if you're taking 15 minutes on a transformation sequence in anything that isn't a fucking, pre-2010 shonen, you deserve getting ganked.
Yep, no, that's fair. But yeah, resident mad scientist Marina, who was introduced in the same episode as Roboco, creates an artificial Satoko who Konoha latches onto real hardcore and opens up to and everything. And then at the end of the episode,
she's not the little one.
Yeah, no, like she doesn't even try to distinguish the two, even when they're like confronted about it.
Yeah. And
then Satoko turns Roboco to leaves.
Yeah, because I mean,
I can get that.
But it's this whole thing. It's this whole emotional thing between Konoha and Roboco, and it's actually very genuinely going on. And it's
really sapphic relationship developing there.
Yeah.
What about the sapphic relationship between the two? Between Konoha and Satoko?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that is actually starting to develop, I think.
Yeah, piece by piece, yeah, but but it developed a lot faster with Roboco.
Also, the last 3 episodes have been absolute fucking whiplash mood-wise, because we had the fucking giant knockers episode, which was just what the fuck.
Yeah,
it was kind of funny at points, but goddamn, what the hell?
Yeah. Also, I don't think did we ever get an explanation on how they went back to normal?
I don't know, probably mundane breast reduction surgery or something.
But they said that it was irreversible, so that's where I'm like, was it ever explained? I don't think it ever was.
It was not. I wouldn't lean too hard on continuity in a gag comedy.
I know, but still, it's just funny.
Yeah, and then we get the next episode, which is actually pretty fucking depressing at the end.
Oh, yeah.
About
the friend of a friend.
Yeah. Who the fuck puts on a hit on a fucking child just because their own kid isn't getting better test scores than them? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but actually, if you look at the ranking that Konoha is looking at the end of towards the end of the episode, her rank went down, which implies that seems to imply that she didn't take the hit on Aoi, someone else did.
Oh. Huh. I didn't notice that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it's an interesting implication.
Detail, then.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense why she wouldn't take the hit.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, she's known to be pretty ruthless, but...
She has been, but at the same time, her basically only friend has already suffered a lot because of her.
Poor Satoko, huh?
Well, not just Satoko,
I guess he's not a friend, huh?
Satoko is somewhere in the liminal space between friend and something more. But also just Konoha has a weird-ass relationship with Satoko at times.
Yeah, it's a very... Yeah. Roommates, colleagues, a whole lot of words you could latch on to it.
Yeah, it is a relationship that defines easy definition, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, just poor Aoko, though.
Yeah.
Girl just is fucking going through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we get the whole haunted house episode, which is very funny.
Yeah, but which only happens because Satoko doxed herself. So that was...
Yeah, I forgot the B plot of that depressing episode prior was Satoko just getting hooked on social media after her gacha game shut down.
Yeah.
Millions of yen into a single gacha. What the fuck?
Yeah. It'd be like that.
But yeah, Their house gets burnt down because Satoko accidentally doxed herself, and then they move into a house, which turns out to be haunted because it belonged to one of the ninja that Konoha had killed.
Yeah, you remember the one scene of them all just hanging out and chatting, having a girls' night? Yeah, it's that house.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it got some use.
Also, they are taking turns haunting the house from the afterlife, and the after credit scene shows them all hanging out in the afterlife.
Yeah,
Well,
they're just chilling.
At least they get
Yeah.
to hang out in the afterlife.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all taking it pretty well, except for the one. The one.
Chick, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else is like,
Oh well, the other one is also what was it?
Oh,
Kuro's ex also does not take
Andre. Which that's interesting. I'm wondering if that's gonna go anywhere. It seems like it will be, because she's just chilling at Yuri's house now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They turned the devil into leaves.
Yes. Very funny.
Yeah, Yuri accidentally summoned Satan, and then they turned him into leaves. It was funny.
Right?
The show's just fucking unhinged, Mel.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one little detail that I really liked is that in the Roboco episode, they did replace Satoko and the ED with Roboco.
Yes, that was hilarious.
That's pretty great.
I love what they do with the ED. They do little changes here and there, and it's great. It's so much fun.
Gradually increasing number of leaf piles of replacing the ninja girls in the credits.
Yeah. There was the one episode where they used the leaves to start a fire, and then they replaced the leaves with sweet potatoes.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah.
I love the ED. The ED's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, it almost sounds like an OP, so it kind of confuses me sometimes.
I mean, the OP is also not a bad song either.
No, it's not. It's just, the ED is just so upbeat. It sounds so OP like.
Yeah, it does. Dance, dance, dance.
There's been some really good EDs this season, to be fair.
There are. I have like 3 I'm mulling over choosing for my picks.
Like,
Yeah,
season
it's a
ends.
really tough award.
Yeah.
Like, as I was finishing episodes yesterday and today, I wouldn't even, because I didn't have the time, I wouldn't even watch the full ED, but the ED would start and I just go, this ED is actually really good. This is going to be difficult. Oh no.
Yeah.
OP and ED are going to be really fucking tough this season.
Mm-hmm.
If for no other reason than, like, at the very least, I might have a winner picked out, but runner-up is going to be really fucking competitive if I do sync on a winner.
Yeah. But, yeah, so after learning how to just cohabitate with the ghosts, they just live at the haunted house.
It's so fucking funny. They're just casually dodging, like, knives being thrown at them.
Yeah. They're just chilling.
Good for them.
Yeah. But no, this show is a complete riot. I don't fuck with every joke, but like 90% of them, it's hilarious.
It's a lot more hits than misses, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And the dark humor definitely is not for everyone, but it's been pretty consistently landing for me.
Yeah, same. There are a few gags that have been a bit borderline for me, but I've mostly thought they were pretty funny.
Yeah. The show has a good sense of humor.
Indeed.
Also, every now and then, you can just tell that this is the Madoka director. Just the way it's shot, and then sometimes just the way the camera moves. It's like, okay, alright.
Konoha has so many fucking Shaft head tilts.
Yeah, exactly! There's so many head tilts! It's like, alright. Okay.
Tell us who your favorite character is without telling us who your favorite character is.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on then to Anne Shirley.
This show is really good.
The show scared me. I thought Matthew died.
I did too! I was so worried for him!
But then I was like, he's fine. He has a helper now.
Yeah, though the next episode preview for next week does concern me.
I did not watch the most recent one.
Ooh, I won't say more then.
I was spoiled on some stuff from it, which is not too much, but it's like I've seen little snippets on my feed, which is ironic because I haven't seen anything of the show on my feed until I'm like an episode behind, and then I get spoiled on the episode. I'm like, okay, all right, sure.
Was it the scene of Diana and Anne reuniting at the train station?
No.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, it is interesting, Anne getting the scholarship to go to the academy far away from home.
That's what I got spoiled on.
Yeah, that was the episode before last.
It was?
Yeah. She got the scholarship. The most recent episode was her actually going away to the academy.
Okay.
But yeah, still really good stuff. I love her basically doing the whatchamacallit, doing the whole routine on stage where she fuck, I'm blanking on what it's called.
Recitation?
No, it's a recitation, but I forget what like the Japanese art of recitation is called it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the word too.
No, you read a manga about it. What is it called again?
For what? Sorry.
Japanese recitation art.
Oh, Rakugo.
Rakugo, yeah. It's basically a Rakugo performance, which is pretty cool.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and then we see Anne just having such a fun developed relationship with Gilbert, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Just her latching onto the fucking dock and then him just rowing up to her and like, need a hand? Oh, that was such a funny scene.
Yeah. But Anne just was having none of it.
Yeah.
Even though she regretted it afterwards.
Yeah. I do love her also starting her own writers club as well. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's just
the incident with her hair.
I love how it's shot like a horror movie.
Yeah. Also, it grew back real quick.
Don't think about it too much.
I'm gonna think about it a little bit.
Look, I'm pretty sure we've been getting some time skips because she's like, I think she starts the story at like 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure she's 13 or 14 at this point.
I think she's 15, actually.
Right. So yeah, it's been a good 5-6 years since the start of the story in the universe.
Yeah, so it's definitely been jumping here and there.
Yeah. I mean,
It was just funny. I expected an episode or two with her with the short hair, but...
That's fine. Yeah, also the whole bit of her, like, falling off the roof and almost landing in the Yamcha pose.
Yeah, the Yamcha pose. I'm like, was that intentional? It's like...
It's absolutely fucking intentional.
Because it's like...
It's intentional.
Because she could have seriously gotten hurt, so it's like, it was hard to tell.
The Yamcha pose is eternal.
Yeah,
yes. The Yamcha pose is one of my favorite memes. And I think most in the anime industry agree with me.
Yeah. And then she broke her leg, but she's still being like all dramatic. It's very funny.
When is Anne not being dramatic?
Never. It's like a constant.
It's great. I love her for it. She's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, still a really good show.
Yeah, it's very, very pleasant show.
Honestly, no bad vibes here, aside from the occasional bit of drama. Just a really nice time.
Even when there's drama, it's like really minor drama. It's like kid drama.
I mean, the protagonists are primarily children, so that tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Really nice show. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's move on to our next show then, which is Apocalypse Hotel.
Jesus Christ, what a show.
Poor Yachio.
I fucking died when the camera changed and you just fucking see Yachio welded to a tank. I didn't even notice the claw hands. I just died laughing.
And then she just, after, like, she's trying to adapt to it, and then she realizes she can't hold a pen.
Yeah.
And she just flips the fuck out.
It's not even the pen. It's okay. I can't go behind the desk. I can't do the report. And Ponko got rid of the fucking shower caps.
And then she just goes full fucking delinquent. It's great.
I will say, like, just the speed of all of this happening did lose me a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, happening really, really fast. Like, they're doing a lot in a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was
I mean, Yachio got shredded in
to repair her?
50 years, I think.
50? Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
that's even worse than I remember.
50 years since Yachio crashed, and an unknown number for how long she was actually in space.
I'm pretty sure Ponko is an adult at this point, and
Yes.
she was, like, a child beforehand, so that's at least, like, a couple hundred years, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing Yachio didn't migrate further.
I would say more, because, like, fucking... Like, Ponko and her family have been at the hotel for at least, 200 years at this point, before the rocket stuff. Or before Yachio went to space. And she hadn't changed
and
at all.
Ponko barely aged in that time frame.
I mean, unless it's a sane thing of suddenly one day they fucking spring up into adult size. Like,
we all know how fucking Tanukis work.
Like, I genuinely think it's probably been like a good 200 or 300 years in space. And the hilarious thing is, she only came down to Earth because a fucking spaceship ran her over. Also,
Ponko apparently has a boyfriend now.
Boyfriend/husband, yeah.
You know, it's really unclear.
Yeah, it's pretty unclear.
They didn't have time to focus on that because they had to, jam Yachio's delinquent phase in to, fucking 10 minutes.
They threw out their best shot for fight of the season, which
Yeah, pretty good fight, honestly.
That was a good fight.
Pretty incredible fight for a show that doesn't really get funding.
Yeah, I mean, I was very much questioning when the show turned into a shonen mech show.
It's like they had, because with the whole alien that came and tried to exterminate humanity.
Harmy, yes.
Harmageddon, yes.
Yeah, we did get like a little tussle with him, but it was pretty short and didn't last that long. But
with him fighting the not space Avengers.
With fucking space Sentai heroes who don't even really get named in the show.
Yeah.
We don't even figure out their fucking team name.
They do have names because they're on Mal, but So it's Captain Avior, Dr. Beecrux, Mighty Cuff, and then the other one is not listed because he didn't speak.
Yeah. So, there's a little fight, but the just completely blew up, like absolutely insane fight.
Oh, and then there's also the whole bit where it's like, oh yeah, shit, we're running out of booze. Let's make some alcohol of our own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, that took 15 years.
You know how long it takes to age good whiskey, my dude?
I know. I'm just saying, it took 15 years. The time scale on this show is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like we're already like we are like so many years past where the first episode happened.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm fairly sure the first episode was, 100 years after humanity left?
Yeah.
So then it was 100 years from the first guest to the Tanukians landing, so that's already 200 years. I'm fairly sure there was like a period of at least 200 years between the Tanukians arriving and Yachio going up into space.
Yeah.
At least 200.
And then another couple hundred years after that, at least.
Yeah, so, like...
So we might be well into the 4th millennium at this point. We don't know. Also, just love the little bit of the amoeba aliens showing a magazine of the first guest, giving like a review for the hotel. It's like, yeah, it's okay.
Good for that dude. Good for that dude. It's also nice that Yachio has been taught some alien languages as well.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
And clearly based on, how she treated Harmy, she's come up with a very good system for space guests of, explaining what a hotel is using fucking picture cards, and has a survey of, okay, tell me exactly how your species works, because I don't know.
It was kind of funny, the whole bit with the lovey-dovey alien couple, and then it's like 50 years later, one of them comes back. Yeah, no, we broke up.
Yeah,
the dude sucked. Would you like some well-aged whiskey? Yes, please.
I mean, my question is, where the fuck does this show go from here?
Yeah,
I have no fucking clue. Every single episode throws me for a fucking loop. The show's wild.
Yeah.
Also, Ponko had a university degree
God.
in space engineering. Just fucking.
Oh yeah,
insane.
I forgot about the fucking launch the satellite to space episode.
Yeah.
Also, they just chose not to fix the ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was super worried at the start of episode 6 that they were leaving it. They was just like, no, we're just moving into a house because we're just gonna stay here.
That's so funny.
She has a space engineering degree.
The show's ridiculous. I love it so much.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's really good. As said, my only issue is just how quickly and how in like 0 to 100 episode 8 seemed to get.
Yeah, it's like
This whole show is 0 to 100 constantly. What the hell?
Yeah.
Also, look, far be it from me to question, the Tanuki with a fucking degree in space engineering, but there were all those fucking robot corpses of, like, Yachio's fucking other staff members. Surely, she could have used some of them for Yachio.
I'm thinking the same thing, but it might just be like an ethical thing.
Yeah, it might be an ethics thing. And who knows, maybe we'll see Yachio get repaired more in the next episode. Who fucking knows with this show?
I think she's staying as a tank, but we'll see.
When Yachio's
Again, who fucking
half
knows?
is attached to a tank and she has claw hands, fuck ethics!
Apparently she learned how to write with them, so...
Yeah. Oh god,
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if they fucking change the OP to have Yachio dancing with the tank.
That's what I want! I was mad they didn't do it! I'm like, that's what I want. I want...
No, they wouldn't have done it in this episode because it was supposed to be a surprise. Next
That's
episode,
true.
they might do it. They might do it the next. If they do, I will laugh my ass off.
I want
probably give
that
it
so
a
bad. Please, I want tank dancing.
The last thing I'll say is, look, far be it from me to question the way the hotel works, but if the manager and the acting manager haven't showed up to work after, like, what are we at now, like 600 odd years, I feel like they've vacated the position and Yachio can just be called the actual manager.
Look, there is a system in place that must be obeyed.
Yeah, there's a system, Mil.
A system that includes shower caps in every room.
Yes.
Except for the one that Doorbot took, and he's still kicking somehow.
Honestly, it's kind of
I can't
impressive
believe
that every single one of the robots
caps.
Yeah.
It is insane that they're all still around, which is probably due to, you know, like Bumbuko and Ponko. But yes, we should probably move on at this point to our next show, which is... Let me just do that. Come on. The Apothecary Diaries Season 2. We finally got the reveal.
Unfortunately, I'd already been spoiled on the reveal a while ago, so...
Yeah, I also got spoiled on it beforehand.
God damn
it. But yeah.
Here's me for like
Still
the last
good reveal.
Here's me for like the last 2 streams trying to think of ways that I can like learn if you figured it out or not without actually giving it away, and you two already fucking knew.
Hey, blame Twitter for spoiling me.
Yeah, blame the internet.
I mean, to be fair, this is not a knock against the show, because it's a sign of a good mystery, but the hints were there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah. The hints were definitely there. I knew something was up with her since she was introduced. I'm like, okay, we got this random bug catching girl out of nowhere. Something's up with her. I don't know what her deal is, but she's somewhat important.
I mean, look, these are all things that weren't even, you know, or were not something that I could figure out from when I read it in the light novel, but hair and eye color are the same, and they've got the same VAs, because of course they do.
Well, my brother spoke, so it'd be hard to notice.
Yeah. But yes, there are other hints laid throughout. I think Mamau does actually mention at one point during episode 44, I think it is. But yeah, we are somebody. The She clan is starting a rebellion.
Yep. Gotta say, Shenmei's fucking terrifying.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Certainly she is, like, 100% not a good person.
Oh no, she's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
The question is why? Because the Apothecary Diaries is not a show that's just gonna, like, go, oh yeah, this character was evil. Okay, moving on, bye-bye.
Mm.
Like, there's a reason behind it. I'm curious as to what it is.
I mean, they did mention that she'd been sent to the Rear Palace as a potential consort, you know, during the time of the Pedo Emperor, so...
The question is, was she underage at the time?
Certainly she wasn't when she was allowed to leave. I'm not sure if it actually said if she was when she first went, but it may also be a case of she's upset that if she wasn't underage, she got upset that she got snubbed by the pedo.
Which, yeah.
And,
yeah, not great motivation.
Is power hungry and was like, hey, why couldn't I be the mother to the nation sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a whatchamacallit, an interesting scene at the end of episode 44 with Lakan and Jinshi.
Mm-hmm.
Lakan is...
I do love the subtle court politics shit that that Lumen pulls off to prevent Lakan from getting fucking roasted.
I wouldn't even say it's court I wouldn't even say it's court politics. It's just, Lumen being...
politeness judo.
One of the only people that fucking Lakan actually, respects. And basically going, you respect me, and yet, you know, you're shit-talking Jinshi for things that I have in common with him.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely that. I'm just saying, like, it can also be construed as him deflecting the actual insults that Lakan was throwing at Jinshi and saying,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, you're attacking me. Oh, you shouldn't be attacking me. I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
It's not it's not nice to talk about your uncle that way. You're definitely talking about the prince that way, of course. You're just shit talking me."
And on that subject, it seems like Jinshi is going to have to take up the mantle of the prince properly and lead the army. Whether that means he'll have to shed his role as Jinshi the eunuch forever remains to be seen. But certainly for now, yeah, he's going to be leading an army to get Mao Mao back.
I do also think the stuff with Sure is very interesting. Sorry, shifting tack a little bit.
No, it's alright. Yes, so we get effectively her backstory of she is Shisho's daughter, but not from Shenmei, and Shenmei was, not happy about that, to say the least. And, fucking treated Sure like shit because of it.
Yep.
It is interesting that clearly both Shisui, Lolan, whatever you want to call her, and Sure clearly know Mao Mao because they know the way to keep her occupied is to give her books.
Give her books and give her a lab to fuck around with.
And even that wasn't enough because fucking something got Mao Mao curious and she made a jailbreak.
Oops, did I accidentally a jailbreak?
Helped by the little shit.
Yeah. Very, very fun sequence, that.
But yeah, so we've got, I think it's 4 episodes left.
Sounds about right.
But we're going to have another break in the middle of June, so the last episode comes out July 4th, July 5th, something like that.
Yep.
But, yeah. Gonna be some really interesting stuff to end the season. Hehehehe.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Alright, source material reader, you shut your mouth.
I'm sure you'll be fine. It won't be that big.
Uh-huh.
Characters won't be irrevocably changed forever.
Sure, Jan.
I would hope not. I don't like status quo changes in my anime.
You're a fan of One Piece, Nmbr.
That is the ultimate comeback to that, isn't it?
No, yeah, yeah, that's the best part of One Piece is the status quo changes. No,
Exactly.
yeah, that's just there.
You activated my trap card.
Alright, let's move on to our next show, which is Catch Me at the Ballpark.
Fucking Sanshiro with a suplex, holy shit.
It was
Honestly good for Sanshiro.
It was totally worth getting chewed out. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Sanshiro, look, if it was an actual, non-scripted fight, Sanshiro would have won anyway by quite a margin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also in that episode, we had the Sarah stuff, which was quite fun. Her entire family coming to watch her sell beer.
Which is cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a bit wild how happy they are with their high school daughter selling beer, but hey.
Yeah, that's a little... That's legal. Okay, alright.
Their 17-year-old daughter.
So the thing is, like, in Japan and in other countries, you do not have to be old enough to drink in order to sell alcohol.
It's still
in the
weird.
US, you can sell alcohol at age 18, despite the age, the majority age for drinking being 21.
Yeah, but that's because America is dumb with that.
Well, in Japan, you can be 15 and sell alcohol.
20...
What? Oh, okay. Alright.
I'm just gonna set that aside and just say 21 being the drinking age is dumb. Just make it fucking 18 like the rest of the world.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Odds are 18 to 20-year-olds are still drinking beer anyway.
Anyways, that's the
You're
thing.
not wrong.
Yeah.
What else was there? We've had little bits and pieces of progress between Ruriko and Murata, because we had the upskirt incident.
Oh yeah, that was that was certainly a sequence.
Horrendously awkward for all parties involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Ruriko coming to the game, as a fan, seeing Murata walking up to him and him not recognizing her, which is totally on him.
Yeah.
And oh god, then we had Ruriko managing to oversleep for a night job, which is fairly impressive. And then being trapped in the changing room by a husky. who also didn't want to do his job, which, fair play to the husky.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm. And, Ruriko now knows Murata's name because he dropped his wallet, which is nice, and Koshiro and Yuki are having a baby together.
Yep. I saw like the whole sequence. I was like, okay, something's up. Yep. The moment she refused the beer, I was like, okay, she's pregnant.
It was a sort of side thought in the back of my mind of, oh, she's not drinking. Maybe she's pregnant? Whatever. It doesn't matter that much. Oh, yep, no, she is pregnant. And hey, Mitsui is planning to propose to his girlfriend as well. I'm trying to remember her name because there's so many. This has got a big cast, this show.
Yeah, there's a few characters. There's a few.
Just has a cute girlfriend. That doesn't help me, summary. Kisa. It was Kisa, wasn't it? Yeah. That's who it was, yeah. But yeah, this is still a pretty fun show.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice slice of life.
Again, the production values bring it down just a little bit, but not,
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Look, it's not going to be food. It's not going to be on par with Food for the Soul or Mono because those shows are very nicely produced. But it's still a good show.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, the ED is pretty well animated.
ED is really good as well.
Very smooth.
ED is really good
God,
as well.
There's so many good EDs this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let us move on to our next show. Why did I do that? There. Because we have... Well, speaking of production values, we have... Dragon Ball Daima. I can't believe the Demon World has its own discount fucking Ginyu Force.
Not nearly as cool as the actual Ginyu Force, unfortunately.
Oh, no, absolutely not. They couldn't even afford to buy a bunch of chocolate for Ku and Do.
Yeah. How dare they?
Yeah. So episode 12, Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3, which is probably the Super Saiyan that suits Vegeta the most, because it seems like the angriest Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And do beat Tamagami 1, because Tamagami 1 didn't have the advantage of fucking Neva giving him a power-up in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Vegeta's logic for the fucking question was the right answer. Surely there was an actual answer. The Tamagami 2 basically just looked at Neva and just went, yeah, sure, that's it, fine.
My headcanon is that it was a right answer, not the right answer.
Because just insane logic. He's correct, but in the type of question that it was, there's no way that's the real answer. But hey.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, it seems like fucking, seems like Goma's worst decision was to let Neva just walk away for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that, because that seems to be like that was a bad idea.
Because he seems to be quite integral to the fucking demon world. And, you know, he seems to have put everything together.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, no, you, important administrative advisor. Go ahead and do whatever. If you want to chill out and walk away, go ahead.
Yeah, you wander off to your empty planet. It's fine. The episode on the giant planet was pretty fun. Not hugely like consequential, but still pretty fun. And then yeah, episode 14. We're now in the first demon world.
Yeah, buddy.
I am willing to bet Glorio's, gonna betray them soon and go to Alensu. Also, Piccolo really needs to absorb Neva. Maybe then he can keep up with Goku and Vegeta.
See, that's what he's missing.
You know this is trying to at least trying to fit in with Super.
Yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah, and Neva doesn't show up in Super, so
he doesn't show up because Piccolo absorbed him.
exactly. See.
Yeah, but why wouldn't his voice be popping up in Piccolo's head then, huh? Oh wait, no.
You know...
Also, this was a question I had. Could Goku instant transmission between the worlds?
No, because he apparently can't use instant transmission right now.
Oh.
Because he's happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
It's dumb, but it's like instant transmission's a little too good.
I get that it was a, out of universe decision rather than an actual in universe thing, but yeah, it's still a bit dumb.
Yeah.
Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm still absolutely enjoying the show. Looking forward to getting to the last few episodes now. Obviously, I know about the whole Super Saiyan 4 thing coming, but hey,
kind of hard not to at this point.
Yeah, the internet sort of exploded about that.
Super Saiyan 4 is coming?
Nmbr. You're the one who grabbed the thumbnail for it.
What? Oh. Well, I like the memory of that. I wanted to re-experience it.
I mean, hey, if you wanna watch the last 6 episodes dubbed, you can do it, and we can you can talk with me about the dub.
I've seen some clips. It seems like a quality dub. To the surprise of no one.
I mean, yeah. And hey, it's a good thing because Sean Schemmel is apparently busy this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's he playing now?
He's Captain Celebrity.
Right.
But that is
But we'll get to that in a bit.
That is a show we'll get to in a bit, because now we move on to Fire Force Season 3.
So Arthur's now on a new quest to get a new sword.
I fucking love the whole Arthur bit. His parents are shitty, but his whole obliviousness is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole sequence of his quest is nice.
It's a very clever idea, but he should have thought ahead, because like there are really distinct ways where it could have gone wrong.
No plan survived contact with the Arthur.
Yeah.
Also,
you can just buy orichalcum in a hardware store.
yeah, also, like, his fucking parents just fucking ditched him, like, almost a decade ago, and then they just pop back up, in the Nether, having spent the whole past several years there, and they have 3 more fucking kids, despite the fact they're like, oh yeah, we can't bring Arthur along. He's just a kid. What the fuck? That's kind of fucked up, not gonna lie.
It is, but I would argue they just could not help themselves.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do like the whole bit with the you being like, just trying to get a reaction out of Arthur, and Arthur just being like his smug self.
Arthur doesn't care.
Arthur really does not care. Also, we finally got the end of the whole raid on the first to save Captain Obi thing.
Oh yeah. I forgot that conclusion happened since we last had a stream.
Yeah, Rip Burns, I guess.
Yeah, Rip Burns. Also, it was pretty fucked up to just kill him off in the ED as well. What's up with that?
Your roboting number.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. It was pretty messed up to just kill him in the ED as well.
Yeah, no, that was... I noticed that. Just, damn, they changed the ED to also Mark Burns. Holy shit.
It's like, that's so... I like the attention to detail, but that's just so...
That's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah. How dare you?
Also, like, nun jump scare.
Oh, yeah, that as well. A lot happened.
A lot fucking happened. The whole thing about the Infernals being the alternate versions of people from Adola who just try to cross over is just... God damn, what a lore reveal.
Yeah. And also, you know, they were feeding orphans bugs to...
Yeah, also fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty... And some of them are still alive in, like, an infernal-like form, so that's kind of fucked up, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the sister who raised Iris and Hibana is, in fact, the 7th pillar. Da-da-da. Yeah, her whole ability is pretty neat.
Yeah, we kind of get a taste of it, though. Not quite sure how it works yet.
I mean, it's basically just heat-based vibrations, effectively.
Okay, I thought there was a bit more to it than that. But yeah,
I'm
pretty creative power.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the good set of episodes, very interesting lore reveals, and, of course, great Arthur content, as always.
Yeah.
I think Arthur is consistently one of the best characters in the show.
He is. I love Arthur, and I'm glad to see him have a proper sword now.
Hell yeah, he's got the proper Excalibur.
Yeah. Also, it's just cool because it was made from the cone of a rocket. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
That is pretty fucking rad.
Did some damp lady hand it to him in the middle of a lake?
No.
Then arguably it's not the true Excalibur now, is it? The true Excalibur is only handed out by a very wet lady. And we know Arthur has not made any ladies wet in a long time.
You just went there. Okay, alright. Fair enough.
Look, I had to get out in front of that because otherwise Jack would have done it for me.
No, it's...
No.
But no, Fire Force continues to be great. I'm looking forward to see Arthur use his new sword.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's move on then to Food for the Soul.
Really fun batch of episodes here.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, tiny bit exasperated over
Oh, the weight loss bit was annoying, but
the weight loss episode.
They did mine some good bits out of it, and it ended healthier than most.
Yeah,
I think would handle it.
Yeah, that was what saved it for me, is the fact that they actually did include some gym stuff, which was a lot of fun, because just getting to see, Twigs, Nana, and Satsuji trying to work out, fucking great.
All of them dying in the process, also hilarious.
And then, Satsuji basically bring it up at the end. It's kind of bad for you to be starving yourself. Just, as long as you're exercising regularly and you eat in moderation, you'll be fine. Of course, also,
there's this thing called cheat days.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the issue is that we know, certainly when she's alone, Marco isn't going to be isn't going to be snacking in moderation, but hey.
Plus one more bag of chips gonna hurt.
Yeah. We also had the episode before that of the driving tests, and then fucking Shinon accidentally getting on the freeway.
Yes, that was so funny.
I mean, look, I can empathize with her panic, because the first time I was on the motorway was fucking terrifying, and I went like 20 miles an hour under the speed limit.
Sounds about right. Yeah, though, that's how a lot of people do it when they first get on the highway.
Yeah. So, yeah, can't blame her, but at the same time, not 100% sure I would have trusted Shinon to drive, so...
Yeah, that's kind of on everyone else for, letting her behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm pretty sure she flunked her first try on the test.
She certainly flunked the written. I'm not sure if she actually got a chance to do the practical that time. Nana getting car sick from staring at the Rubik's Cube to impress Marco was also great.
Yeah.
And then we had the camp in episode 7, which was a lot of fun. And a little bit of friendship progress, because Marco and Kare are using first names for each other now.
Yeah, no, that was very nice.
The show continues to be fun. As much as I'm glad that they are definitively, college students, I don't think much of the series would necessarily change if they weren't. But it's fine. Yeah, certainly this is going better than the last PA Works original. So I'm just gonna, take that and run with it. What was that called again? The fucking cheerleading one?
Oh, Nari Nari, I think it was.
Nare Nare, that was it, yeah. Yeah, that went off a cliff. I mean, technically joint most recent, because they also had My Naka Punch, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Food for the Soul, that is an original, correct?
Yeah, no, Food for the Soul is an original.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, if nothing else, there's no sort of, there's no real overarching story to this.
No, this is very slice of lifey.
These five are just fucking about.
And they're adorable while they're doing it.
Yeah. Any bits of drama that we get are pretty much resolved in the same episode. I mean, we had the little bit, the tiniest bit of drama with Kare feeling lonely because Shinon and Marco are childhood friends. Nan and Satsuji have known each other since high school, so they've got all these stories they can share. Whereas Kare is sort of the odd one out. But again, she's emotionally healthy enough that it is just a sort of passing little pang rather than some huge deal that sends her running off into the forest, into the rain sort of thing. Which, you know, absolutely would happen in a different show. It probably happened in Nari and I just didn't reach it, but yeah.
I don't fucking remember. The show was a couple seasons ago, was not high on my list.
No, it wasn't high on mine either.
Hayworks does have some interesting stuff in the pipeline too, including Skip and Low for season 2. So that's gonna be nice.
Yes, that's coming next year. I believe there was certainly the year was announced. I don't think the season's been announced yet, but
no. Yeah, and they have another show coming out next season that is also an adaptation. So yeah, it's gonna probably be a while before we get any more originals from Gayworks. Maybe fall, who knows?
So they've got Mikudono Sanshimai wa Angai Choroi.
Mikudono Sisters, I believe, is the translation. I don't know the full translation of the name.
Probably. And then they've got a movie that I think is an Alice in Wonderland adaptation. Yeah.
Interesting.
It in fact is. Alice in Wonderland Dive in Wonderland. I'm not sure if it's like actually adapting the story of Alice in Wonderland, but it certainly have some aspects of it in there, I think. So yeah, that's coming out in August, end of August. So look forward to that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Food for the Soul's been fun thus far. We'll see where it goes for its last few episodes. Probably nowhere big. At most, there might be a little bit of drama. Like maybe the club, they try and shut the club down, but to be honest, they have been engaging in activities that a food research club would do, so I'm not even sure they can get away with that.
I mean, the rep has the student rep has been pretty reasonable with them, if nothing else.
Yeah. Honestly, she seems happy enough as long as they cook every so often and have evidence that they cook every so often. She's fine with it. She's not going to make a big stink about it, but hey. Anyway, we should probably move on to... From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
I do like that... not the most recent episode, but last week's episode had Beryl just pretty firmly laying down that, like, while he may be fairly oblivious to their affections, he's not going to really humor any of the pursuit his former students push towards him. Like, he's very clearly of the mindset, like, no, they were and still are my students, and there's also a pretty big age gap that I'm not willing to humor. So, gotta love that he is setting boundaries for himself and basically enforcing them. Also, he has adopted a child, so that's also nice. He does as many middle-aged / 30-something men do in anime and comic books, and just adopted a stray orphan who needed someone to take them in. As one does, you know. But yeah, said orphan Mui, she's pretty fun. Has a little bit of has a nice blend of character traits that really lend themselves well to bouncing off of Beryl and his personality.
Mm-hmm.
So the two make a nice contrast duo, which is good. There's been some fun episodes involving raiding a corrupt church for to stop them from doing a zombie apocalypse bullshit, which as a evil corrupt church does.
Mm-hmm.
And also Mui goes to a magic academy and decides, you know what? As much as these dorms are cool, I'm going to stay with my new adopted dad. Which, pretty sweet. Yeah, overall, fun show. I'm glad I'm keeping up with it, and there's been some really fun... The action sequences have been pretty well choreographed, fairly consistently.
I will say, I have seen some criticism for the show. Namely the swordsmanship by I can't remember what their... I'm trying to find what their fucking channel is called, but it's like two dudes who talk about like sword fighting a lot. Like sword fighting experts. I said I'm trying to fucking see if I can find.
Is like the form a little bit stiff or janky or something? Is that it?
I don't remember exactly, but yeah, they said they weren't a huge fan of it. So they said the show was. They said the show itself was fine, and they liked the show, just not the swordsmanship of it.
That's the thing, though. Like, you see something that you're an expert in portrayed in like any piece of media, and it's like, I actually know about this thing, and I'm bothered because they're not showing it properly.
I mean, the point is they've done about like 10 shorts in the last sort of month or two, basically going on and on about how fucking stupid reverse grip sword fighting is.
I mean, yeah, reverse grip sword fighting is fucking stupid. If you're gonna reverse grip a weapon, the only one that's really viable is a fucking dagger.
No, even that's fucking stupid, they say.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, don't reverse grip your weapons, kids. Regular grip is the way to go.
I think there was like maybe one thing they said you could maybe get away with reverse gripping this, but I can't remember what the weapon was. Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Here we go. Sellsword Arts. That's it. Sellsword Arts.
Okay, interesting. I might check them out if I have the time. I don't know if I will have the time anytime soon, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying the show. It's quite a fun time. Yeah, I think it's a good one.
Good. Right.
Unfortunately, the next show...
Not so good?
We're gonna have to talk about that, yeah.
Let's move on then to... The Gorilla Gods Go to Girl. So, tell me, did I make the right decision in not catching up?
Yeah, it's just kind of boring. I dropped it, like, the episode after. Because it was like, okay, this is the end of the plotline, and it has done very little to hook me.
Alright.
That's fair.
Like, don't get me wrong, some of the jokes are pretty funny, but, like, there's very little in the way of characterization for most of the cast, outside of, like, 1 or 2 jokes per character, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, like, as funny as the whole gorilla/girl contrast is, it's not enough to save the rest of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like how earnest the show is, and I like that it is fully committed to the bit of Sophie being the absolute most hilarious contrast between power and person.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not enough.
Yeah. I mean, is it doing anything with the sort of gender situation of it?
Nope.
Didn't think it would.
There's very little exploration of that.
Didn't think it would. Oh, sorry. I've just found the short where they do say what reverse grip is good for, and it's literally committing seppuku. It's the only thing reverse grip is good for, according to them.
I mean, yeah, that is a situation in which you would use reverse grip, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, look, yeah, I didn't think they would be doing anything. This just doesn't seem like the series that's interested in doing anything with regards to gender politics.
Nope.
Has there been anything with, like, Eddie? Because there was maybe some mysteriousness there. I think I saw some people wondering if Eddie was actually a girl in disguise.
I also brought that up at the 3 episode.
Yeah.
Nothing's been known with it that I saw.
Right.
But I did drop this in episode 5, so I
Fair
don't know
enough.
if something has happened in the interim.
I mean, maybe I'll have a look at some point somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, I don't care that much.
I mean, the A&N reviews are probably the way to go.
Probably, yeah. Look, I wanted to give it a chance because a lot of the other, like, non-isekai fantasy shows that I've looked at and gone, I don't think this will be good, and then given a chance have actually turned out to be decent. So I didn't want to give it the same chance, but yeah, yeah.
I also want to give it a chance because, you know, it's a shoujo, a fantasy anime. Those have a mixed track record, but they are still worth checking out.
Yeah.
And they deserve to get more, airtime than they do get. It's just, yeah, it's not matching up for me.
If I remember correctly, the production values weren't amazing either, which wasn't helping.
Yep. Production values were kinda garbo. Alas.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Let's move on to something I'm sure you're enjoying a lot more, because we have... I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my levels Season 2.
Just Fighty Slime just spamming the heavy low kick during the tournament was great. Number?
Yep, that's how you win.
Just... It's like some sort of fighting game spam... what was it? Not spam attack, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hacks. I call hacks. But yeah, also Beelzebub just teaching her how to do tax evasion. Also great. Yeah. And of course there's Takora just clinging relentlessly to Azusa as expected.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month indeed. But yeah, that's all just from this one image. But yeah, no. Interesting batch of episodes. There was the odd one about weddings that was just like what's the thing here?
What thing? What do you?
The episode where they go to the Pine Spirit and they do the whole wedding thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that was an odd episode.
It was odd, but it had a sweet moment in it, so I'm like, all right.
It was kind of cute, yeah.
Yeah, I'll forgive you for this because it was cute, but it's definitely a little weird.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, I was being pampered by the fucking the droplet spirit was pretty funny.
Yeah, she was turned into a kid.
Yeah. And they were like, if we make her shrink even more, what will she look like?
It's a valid question.
It is a valid question. And then, of course, there's the whole jellyfish spirit who draws horror arm.
Yeah.
Just everyone seeing the art of themselves and being like, what the fuck?
We see Flatote's family.
Oh yeah, they're funny.
Yeah. Just a bunch of Gokus.
Basically, yeah, no. And then there's just us just punching each of them individually into a mountain. I'm pretty sure in the dragon equivalent of the Yamcha pose. Bringing it back around.
Yeah.
But yeah, still a very funny show. Not a lot of details to go into at points because it's mostly fancy gag stuff.
Yeah, it's just slice of life shenanigans. You know, it's just cute stuff.
Cute girls doing fancy slime stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, shit.
Alright, let's move on then to a show with a lot more substance, I think. Let's move on to Kowloon Generic Romance.
This stuff has officially entered into interesting cerebral mindfuck territory. So, Kowloon Walled City was a city that was made and destroyed in I think the late 20th century. The show has a premise that there was a second Kowloon Walled City that was built some time ago, which is allegedly the setting in which the show takes place. However, the second Kowloon Walled City was actually demolished 3 years prior to the start of the story, and yet somehow everyone who's living in Kowloon is still living in Kowloon. And furthermore, it's always summer in the new Kowloon. Never changes season. It's
always sunny in Kowloon.
God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, so curiouser and curiouser, the rabbit hole goes. And there's also the whole thing of, oh yeah, the original Reiko, as it turns out, died by suicide, and yet the current Reiko is still around, and she and Kudo have hooked up officially now. So that's an interesting development. And that's not even getting into all the machinations in the background going on with the mysterious and vaguely sinister Hebinuma Pharmaceutical Corporation, which is, run by the...
It's always the Pharmaceutical Corporation.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, which is currently run by the shitbag dad of the kind of sort of antagonist of the show so far, Miyuki, who is also in a pretty tight relationship with another man. Yeah. And it also turns out that Miyuki is intersex, interestingly enough.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately his dad's a shitbag. And is very much like, I wish I had a different child than you.
Mm. Right?
So, yeah, he sucks. There is a lot of stuff going on in the background that I'm not sure about yet, but I am very curious to see how this is going to go. But yeah. I don't know how else to talk about some of this stuff, because it's very twisty-turny.
Probably not helped by the pace the show is going.
The show is going at a pretty fucking breakneck pace, and yet it doesn't feel too crazy right now. It speaks to the strength of the material that it's going at such a blistering pace, and it still feels comprehensible, rather.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't seen yesterday's episode, rather, and I have no idea what's going on.
Alright, let's move on then to Lazarus. So,
this has been an interesting batch of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first things first, we got the last of the like characters reading an intro in episode 5 with Axel, who said that Hafner didn't work on him, which I think is 100% gonna be relevant.
Yeah, especially if you look at the ED, I'm like,
He's the only one who stands up.
Yeah.
Very curious that. Also, I think that this might be one of the fastest examples of barrier gaze I've ever seen.
Fucking homophobic Sergey.
He's Russian, what do you expect?
And
I'm sorry, that was offensive.
And for me, on the first day of Pride Month as well. Because I watched it today.
Yeah, honestly, that is one of the fastest turnarounds of, oh, hey, this character's gay. Oh, hey, this character's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
I mean, it was the same conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
It wasn't even 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. I mean, at least Chris survived.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so
even if her ex-girlfriend didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know what?
Also, that guy just hates women, let's be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's dead now. We don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
the whole exploration of the underwater, the sank islands was really interesting. Because I'm trying to remember what we got. It was Tuvalu, the Maldives, Manila, and I think
Japanese
I think
island. It was a Japanese island.
Yeah, Japanese.
That Leyland went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, this show's been pretty good, pretty interesting. I will say, I think the cult stuff should have been a two-parter.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Just because I don't think that didn't feel the most fleshed out.
Honestly, generally, you could argue should be longer.
Yeah.
The show should be twice as long as it is, I think.
Probably should.
Because I'm pretty sure it's only one core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 13 episodes. I feel like this should be a 2-core show.
It probably should, yeah. But it's still going fairly okay thus far. It hasn't fallen apart yet. I would say it's still doing pretty well.
It's keeping balance for the moment. Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else, what I think it's doing really well is it is like demonstrating the camaraderie that's developing between the group.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly during episode 8, I was thinking like, this show feels like it's trying to do a similar thing as High Card of, oh, look how these characters actually care about each other, and this show is doing it a lot better because they've actually gone out of their way to show these characters interacting in moments that aren't to do with the plot.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, High Card is a low fucking bar.
I know it's a low bar, but it was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. Also, the character animation is absolutely insane sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
animation. It's actually really good.
Animation in general is pretty fucking good. As you would expect.
There's a lot of really well animated shows this season.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's alright. Again, I'm just enjoying the little touches. That dude who stole the vaccine, like fucking gave it to himself, then just stood there, just celebrated, like, I'm not gonna die, and then got tackled by like 5 security guards. Poor Leyland, like being asked, oh, what's it like on the outside world? Well, I've been shot at, I've nearly been drowned, I had to cross-dress to get into a club and get close to somebody who nearly had his way with me. It's not been a good time for me. And now I'm joining a cult. Poor Leyland.
Also, he's like 16, so
he's 16.
No, that was a shock to me. I thought he was like old. I thought he was older.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 18 or 19. Like
yeah.
still young, but not a literal child.
Leyland is 16, Doug and Axel are 23, and Chris is probably late 20s.
Yeah, I want to guess like 27, 28-ish.
Yeah.
What do you mean Doug is 40?
Doug does seem 40, to be fair.
I love how he just keeps repeating that to himself.
40?
40.
Really? I don't even have a beard. But yeah, again, little things like fucking Elena, who took the when the others were traveling to the island, she just decided, yeah, I've not got anything to do right now. I'm just gonna kick back and relax, have some snacks.
Yeah, no. I like these idiots. They're great.
Yeah, no, I really like the characters. Like the story is so for now because there are some inconsistencies that if the show ever like gets close to, it'll all fall apart. But for now, it's managing to avoid them just enough. I mean, if nothing else, yeah, it's nice and all that we managed to rescue Chris, but there are 12 days left till the first deaths, so you know.
Yeah, I think it works for what it's doing, at least for now.
Yeah,
there's still a lot we don't know, and so it's hard to really judge the show too much.
The other thing is, I'm certain some people are saying, oh, this isn't as good as I expected, because they're expecting, something on the level of Cowboy Bebop, and there's no way it was going to be on Cowboy Bebop level.
No, this isn't trying to be that. It's its own thing. Yeah. Let it be its own thing.
It's its own thing with, significantly less runtime.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing when the fucking cult leader was like, "Will we live forever, AI?" I really wanted the voice to just go, "No, you're gonna die now. You're setting yourself on fire. I don't know what you want from me."
Okay, no. Can we talk about how absolutely insane it was that this group of highly intelligent people took the mind of like basically the smartest person on the planet and decided to copy it to make an AI and just decided to make it just a power psychopath.
more megalomaniac than Skinner already was.
It's so fucking funny.
It's to the point where I was surprised I was surprised he hadn't tried to kill everybody sooner.
Exactly, you just wait for Skynet or the AI apocalypse that's currently happening. Like you don't...
Number. You gotta realize they never think. Mad scientists, they never think about what the consequences of their actions. They never think about what could happen. They just think about, ooh, I can do this crazy thing. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
It's just so insane just hearing that out loud and the characters going, well, that was stupid. Why did they do that?
Okay, I did not hear a lot of that number.
So I think my mic's acting up. But it's like it was just funny because it's like you hear that they did this, and then the characters are like, "Well, that was stupid. Why'd they do that?"
Yeah. I mean,
I'm 100% with the characters questioning it.
The worst part is, I give it at most 10 years before people start actively worshipping an AI in real life. And
you think it has already started happening?
Yeah, I know.
Some people will simp for AIs like their lives fucking depend on it.
Also,
fucking losers.
Obviously, we got the tiniest hint of sapphicness in episode 8, but Elena and Hana, something there?
Maybe. Yeah, it seems like they're... Yeah, because she introduced her as her friend.
Her friend glanced down. Yeah, like, that felt like there was something there to me.
Yeah, she was pretty upset that you left her there, so
yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, also from episode 5, I'm amazed SoundCloud is still relevant like 50 years in the future.
That was so funny.
We're going to get more SoundCloud rappers.
Like, that was insane.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
no.
think I teased that in the last stream because you guys hadn't watched that episode, and I'm like,
Right,
you'll be
yeah.
amazed at this thing that's somehow relevant in the far
Okay,
future.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
no, I was.
okay, so that's what you were alluding to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
that's funny.
SoundCloud is plot relevant. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
It is hilarious.
I mean, look, I'm glad to know that Spider-Man is also still relevant, but SoundCloud I feel like would have closed down so much sooner.
Nah, it's fine.
Some things are just cockroaches, okay?
I guess it's just it was just wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this show has still been pretty fun. It's pretty enjoyable. I still hate that I have to watch it on Channel 4 and have to go through ads, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the show well enough. But let's move on to another show I'm sure we all enjoyed because we have Lycoris Recoil, Friends are the Thieves of Time.
Screenshot.
The fucking flexing Mika jump scare was perfect. I love that entire episode in general.
Yeah. That was the horror episode, right?
Yeah, that was the horror episode where like Takina and Kurumi were going through the fucking video cameras, just seeing all the bullshit that happens in the cafe on a regular basis, and then fucking Chizuto, Mizuki, and Mika tried to trick Takina by dressing up in fucking Five Nights at Freddy's cosplays. Takina fired live rounds at them.
I mean, to be fair, wouldn't you in that situation?
No, I would.
Yeah.
It was great, but then apparently Kurumi was a ghost.
Yeah, no, that whole bit was like, and then everyone just like being like, "Wait, what? What? Oh no! Oh no!"
Yeah. And then the next episode, we had Fuki and Sakura staying over only because of Fuki's, fairly understandable crush on Mika. She is out of luck though, because he's, gay.
Yeah.
Bi,
He
but
might-
there's still that age gap.
He might be bi, but yeah, it's never
There's
gonna
no
happen.
way he would entertain Fuki's crush. Is the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But yes, it's very funny seeing this, otherwise collected girl just lose it anytime Mika's in the room.
Yeah.
Understandable, honestly.
Yeah, I
you-
can totally understand her crush on him.
Yeah. Also, we then get the bit. I think it's in the next episode where they try to sleep over again and fucking
Fuki sees him in
Fuki
holiday gear,
sees-
yeah.
yeah in the fucking Hawaiian getup. That
Yeah.
was so funny. I mean, that does answer where the show is in the timeline.
Yes,
though,
no, it
'cause
does. That was a good, bit of okay, yeah, this is in between, those last little bits of season 1.
Yeah.
And the fucking Sakura and Takina trying on the red uniforms.
That was
Yes.
that was so funny. That was
Fucking
hilarious.
just being like, no one will ever know.
No one will ever
No one
know,
can
and no
ever
one
know.
will ever believe you.
She was actually going to kill her.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so smooth as well how quickly she tied Sakura up, changed into a regular uniform, and came up with the lie.
He had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, just... I mean, look, I'm fairly sure I said during the wrap-up for Season 1 that I would 100% watch a season of this show that was just slice-of-life bullshit with these characters because I love them so much. And hey, they did, 6 admittedly short episodes of just slice-of-life bullshit with these characters, and I fucking adored it. Just really fucking good. And I, hope...
I need a second season injected into my fucking veins. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I'm fairly sure one has been announced. It's just like we have no idea.
There's a sequel project.
Yeah.
It's a sequel project. We don't know what it is, but it's happening. So I'm assuming it's another season because the only other thing it would be is a movie, and I mean,
So
yeah, I'd rather just have a season.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah, no, same.
announced February 2023. So hopefully, sometime in 2026 we'll get news.
I was hoping like the end of this would lead up to that, but nope.
Guess not. But yeah, no, really like this. Really like the series in general. Really loved these shorts. If nothing else, it made me really want to watch the first season again. So
yeah.
Yep. It's hard not to want to watch it. Honestly, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I just want to see that fucking scene of Mika like throwing the crutch aside and just being like, "Oh, you didn't realize I could walk. You're gonna find out what else I can do."
Yes.
Just fucking
Excellent.
murdering that assistant.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
so
she
good.
survived, but she got absolutely murked.
Yeah, murdered in a metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
No, got her shit rocked.
Yeah. But yes, very, very good show. Very good show. Let's move on, though, to Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX.
Oh my god.
There are so...
Nice screenshot.
This fucking show has so many proper nouns, and I feel like I'm struggling with the politics of this world.
Also, Mill, I think you should call it Mobile Suit Gundam G Fred. Gosh.
Fuck you.
So a lot happened, and our kids are doing a terrorism.
No, let's be fair. Machu was only framed for doing a terrorism.
Yeah, but it seems like she's going to actually be doing a terrorism.
Also,
Probably.
let's be real. 100% Shalia just let her go. And it's like...
No, she's in the brig last night. Oh, are you talking about the most recent preview for the new upcoming episode?
No, episode 8 said that the GQuuuuuuX escaped.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's only one
I'm
Doesn't
assuming...
sound like GQuuuuuuX being a fucking meteor.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Machu is in the GQuuuuuuX and it's not some random dude just stealing it.
Also, very interesting finding out what Shalia's agenda is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
So he's going after...
Damn, he's just gonna murk both of the faction leaders.
Both of the factions, yeah. I mean, again, I'm just... I did feel like a little bit lost over these 4 episodes of trying to figure out who is on whose side here.
Oh no, it's a lot happening, a lot of proper nouns being thrown out. I don't blame you because I struggled a bit as well. So it's
This is a lot less newcomer friendly than the previous 2 Gundam shows.
yeah.
So
Like,
it's
I'm
also...
Blood Orphans and Witch from Mercury, a lot more newbie friendly.
Yeah. It also seems a lot less queer than Witch from Mercury, considering
Unfortunate.
Machu and Yan seem more interested in Shuji than they do each other, which, boo.
I don't think it's necessarily Shuji that they're into. They're more like the idea of what Shuji represents.
That's fair.
Also, they are super teenagers, so yeah. I am still annoyed by it, just like you, though, Mel.
Also, Char and Chalia is absolutely a thing, so don't worry about that.
100%. Yeah, no, they fucked.
They absolutely, though.
Yeah. Also, funny thing, so in the most recent episode, like the first half of it is like the end of the whole flashback thing.
Yeah.
Which that was the only thing that was in the preview, so I almost skipped that episode until I skimmed it just in case.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's a lot of new stuff in this.
Yeah.
I better watch
The
it.
stuff with Nyan and Cassili was really interesting. It's like, Cassili, you're a powerful woman. Why do you make your own... Oh, that's why you cook your own food.
Yeah, because that flashback stuff was all in the movie, so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, I guess I guess I gotta watch it now.
But again, there's so much... The worst part is, there are so many of these terms, Zeknova, Rose of Sharon, Diablos, that I'm just going, what the fuck is this? Maybe I'll try and check the wiki. Oh, no, they were invented for this show. Goody!
Yeah,
Sculpted it over.
Also, things get a lot more complicated when they started throwing in fucking Zeta Gundam shit as well, like the cyber new types and the Psycho Gundam. That's all Zeta stuff. It's all Zeta. I don't even know what that stuff is.
Great.
That's like the equivalent of like, as I've seen online, that's like the equivalent of like Barris appearing on Namek. Like that's what happened there, basically.
Great. Okay. I mean, it was who was the cyber nude type, wasn't she? Who was actually like part of the Earth Federation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
doing a job for the Earth Federation at least. That's that's my understanding.
Because certainly for the first like episode or two that they were introduced, I thought they were on Giran's side. So hearing that, oh hey, they're from the Federation, I'm like, wait, they are? Oh god, I can't keep this straight right now.
Also, so Do is a new character. The guy that was with her was like in one episode of the original Gundam.
Did he die?
God damn, that's a deep cut.
Did he die as quickly as he did here?
I think so. Either that or he just never showed up again. But yeah, he showed up like once.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Which I didn't put together because I just didn't remember when I was watching the episode. So obviously, in episode 8, they talk about how the Rose of Sharon went missing, whatever the fuck that is. In episode 7, somebody, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said the Rose is awakening. So
I remember being mentioned like a couple times, and I still don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, I mean, the next episode is called The Rose of Sharon, so fingers crossed it'll get some explanation in that episode.
There actually is like it's from the episode preview. There is another like returning Gundam character that I am actually pretty familiar with, so I'm interested to see how she connects to things here.
What was her name? I think I remember catching the name.
Lala.
Lala, right?
I mean
Lala Soon, I think it was. Something like that.
I don't recall, but I just know her as Lala.
The other thing that I only learned from the wiki is that the Gundam that like trapped Shah in the rubble in the flashback was piloted by his sister.
Yes, yeah, that is actually true.
Okay.
Which I refrained from mentioning because it didn't. I thought it was in the flashback, but like it didn't show up until the most recent episode. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was his sister.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm still enjoying the show, definitely, but there's just a lot of stuff that's being thrown at me that I'm just like, oh god, I'm not 100% sure of how this is connected, who these people are.
Yeah, it can definitely be pretty confusing, but like the important bits I'm able to follow, so it's, I'm still enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
Despite my limited Gundam knowledge. Also, Anno is like hardly involved in this series at all, but the Eva references in the most recent episode are pretty funny. The G friend is that's just the 01. I don't like that exact color scheme is the same thing.
I did think when I saw it, that seems familiar.
Yeah,
no, it's which mech is it based off of?
The 01, the Eva Unit 01. Yeah. And the way they're viewing it too, like that's the exact same like position Shinji was when he saw the Eva 01. It's like, all right, okay. It's just very funny.
Oh, it's extremely funny.
Yeah. Also, it has fucking cat ears that just detach and shoot insta-kill beams.
I mean, it's being piloted by Nyan. What else would you expect?
Nyan goes for the fucking kill.
Yo, yeah, no. Miguel is vaporized. There is nothing left of that bastard.
Yeah. To be fair, dude straight up poisoned 2 people and tried to poison 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty messed up. And
I mean,
it does seem like the show is
that was a bit of a shock just out of nowhere. Just Nyan going, "Hey, you're the murderer, aren't you? You saw through my fiendish ploy." Not really.
I still
really.
I started to suspect it like the second he brought up the cake again. I'm like, alright.
Sus.
Yeah.
Also, Caecilia just fucking murked the dude's supplier.
Yeah.
She was wrong for that.
Yeah. Also, I think we might have seen Char in the present day.
Yeah, no, the guy with the blonde hair covering his eyes, yeah, that was Char. The credits even confirm it that that was Char.
Okay.
Yeah, not a real spoiler.
There.
But yeah, if nothing else, it's nice Xave has a friend now.
Yeah, also, they're developing this unknown thing that is named after some Lovecraftian monster, so that's interesting.
Which Lovecraftian monster was it again?
Yomangintho?
It was a weird word. I'm not gonna try and say it.
Yeah, that thing, which apparently Shar is somehow connected to. So yeah, and the show also seems to be leading to an actual confrontation between Machu and Nyan. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun and not at all going to be traumatic.
Yeah.
If nothing else, they are on different sides of the conflict now.
Also, I just have no idea where Shuji is.
Yeah, he
just got yeeted off to wherever Char got yeeted off to. I'm sure he'll be fine. Char's around after all.
He likely got maybe warped to the future or something. We just don't know. It's weird. He became one with the Kira.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to mention. Don't think so. So yeah,
lots of fun.
Yeah, no, I'm just said definitely still enjoying it. Just sometimes there are a lot of proper nouns thrown in my face.
Yeah.
But yes, let us move on to our next show, which is Mono.
The show is so fucking funny.
I love this show. It's so much fun.
This show is a very fun time. I can't believe
the fucking ham episode.
The ham episode was insane. I can't believe that ghosts are actually real in this show.
Yeah. Yeah, ghosts are just casually a thing.
Yeah. Oh god, the fucking Dosajin stones. I fucking died when it was revealed that the second place prize was just a Dosajin stone.
I'm glad it cut at that exact reveal. Yeah. It was like, alright, that's enough.
Yeah, it's just so fucking funny. So goddamn funny. And then Haru trying to get some curry if it kills her.
Yeah.
If her lack of curry doesn't kill her, her editor will.
No, her editor is too busy eating her own body weight in fucking donburi.
That whole episode was wild because, I was not expecting it to just be a whole ass episode just based off the mangakas and their editor.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. The mangakas are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that just at the end, the editor's back just went.
Yeah. just snap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
and they built up to it earlier in the episode too.
Yeah. Oh god, and all the fucking stuff that happened to like the animation, the production staff on Kurokuma's anime.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
That's a troubled development.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The building didn't collapse, it just sank a floor. And a boar attacked the scriptwriter's car. Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount to say about the show because it is just a fun slice of life show, you know, with just a lot of ridiculousness.
Did you guys watch the most recent one?
Not yet, no.
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'll just say, like, the one, the thing involving the two cats that happened in the episode, I fully believe that to be an actual thing that happened when it was shown on screen.
Yes.
Maybe just because of the batshit stuff that actually happens in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on the subject of cats, the fact that Taisho just keeps popping up everywhere.
That's great.
Like when they
Am I the only one who?
When they were looking for the ham, Taisho was like, people kept greeting him by different names.
What are you saying, Jack?
Am I the only one who thought, like, when we got the whole bit of the cats skateboarding on the rail, am I the only one who thought of the gorilla doing the Tokyo Drift thing?
In this case, yes, because I didn't even I completely forgot that was the thing.
Yeah, no, like the gorilla doing the drift thing. I thought of that meme immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just how my brain works or not.
No, understandable. I can definitely see the resemblance.
But yeah, no, this is just a funny show, and yeah, God.
But yeah, no, definitely a really fun, really enjoyable show. But we should move on to our next show, which is Moonrise.
I only watched 2 episodes, so not a whole lot to talk about. But we do actually get a confrontation between Jack and Phil, where they learn that each other are actually alive. Which I thought Phil knew Jack was alive the whole time, but apparently he didn't. So that was surprising to me. And it was at this moment that the whole team is just ambushed by a bunch of Ultron-like robots that are called, I believe, C3 or something like that. And while they're escaping them, they end up at this crash site on the moon, which happens to be the shipper station where Jack and Phil actually grew up under Bob Skylum. And I
just gotta say, Bob Skylum is such a funny fucking name.
It really is. I mean, they sometimes call him Robert, where I'm like, no, it's Bob. It's Bob Skylum. And Jack starts recalling more, and he sees this pod that he was apparently in on that station, and it's labeled I think it's Jacob Jackson Skylum, I think is what it's labeled. But yeah, that's basically the last thing I saw from the episodes I watched. So yeah, just more stuff being revealed.
Has the moon risen yet?
The moon is in the process of rising. But I'm still enjoying it a fair bit. I haven't been watching it too much. I just hate that Netflix released this all at once. That it makes it hard for me to remember to actually watch this show. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I'm curious to see where things go. Oh, and the animation's incredible.
Good.
When Jack has a little fight with Phil, it's absolutely gorgeous. The animators really popped off, and you can tell where their experience with AOT paid off.
Well, at
Because
least
the characters move in a very similar way.
at least something good came of that shit show.
It did.
All right, then let us move on to our next show, which is My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So just before we get properly started, I do have one thing I've got to call bullshit on.
Okay.
There's no way Captain Celebrity has gotten popular in America with 2 red stars on his fucking costume. There's no way he hasn't been accused of being a communist 1,000,000 times and been kept down because of that. Come on.
Yeah.
Breaking my suspension of disbelief here.
For sure. Yeah, we finally meet Captain Celebrity.
Yep. He's certainly a character.
Yeah, that's a way to describe him.
He's an asshole, yeah.
Yeah.
But it does seem like Makoto has got him, is able to keep him in line for now. If nothing else, through threats of his wife getting involved.
Makoto is very wise and very clever.
No, she's a really fun character.
If only she could get the crawler's name right.
I do love that the only reason he got away with that is because he refuses to accept that people call him the Cruller.
No, that is genuinely, like, that's low-key brilliant, because you just think that's a stupid gag, but it actually plays a part in the plot, albeit a minor one, and it's really good. It's very clever. I like it a lot.
It's so funny, it's so clever, yeah. But yeah, we also had the Stendhal/Stain episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Which...
Yeah, that
honest,
was
I thought they hid the fact that was clearly Stain a lot better in the manga, but no, it was the same.
Yeah, it's kind of just thrown at your face here. It doesn't help that I recognize his voice. So
I mean, yes,
I mean,
obviously.
it doesn't help that, like, if you have subtitles on, the very first caption which he has dialogue has Stendhal, parentheses, Stain.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think I saw that in my subs, but that's actually crazy.
I think is that the dub subs?
It's the dub subs. It's the dub captions. Yeah.
Because they're closed captions basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
okay, that's why
they will do that. Yeah. But yes, they did that. Again, the point is certainly again, I can only speak for the dub. I'm sure it was the same in the sub. He's voiced by Robert McCollum, very distinctive voice.
In the sub, it's a very distinct voice. Like Stain appeared so long ago, and I still remember his voice in the sub. So
it's just slightly less raspy than it was in the original show, which makes sense because he's pre-Stain.
Yeah.
He just cut off his nose.
Yeah, he's pre-cutting off his own nose.
Look, there's cutting off your nose despite your face metaphorically, and then there's this.
I mean, I do love the resolution to that of Knuckle Duster going, "If you go beyond this line, I'm gonna beat you," and then he just steps over it himself.
I mean, he was going to cross the line anyway.
I
so.
know, but it's just like, didn't you say you'd only punch him if he crossed the line? I didn't say I wouldn't cross the line to punch him.
Also, the episode is literally titled "Crossing Lines," which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. That's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, I gotta give a shout out to the OP in this one because goddamn, it's catchy.
OP is really good.
Is.
I just keep watching it. It's just really good, really stylish.
There are so many fucking good OPs this season.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, also, going back to Makoto, I love the whole little bit of the reveal of, oh yeah, she's Sukuchi's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she wearing those colored contacts? Is it just to surprise the audience? Or are those, like, her actual contacts?
I don't know why she's wearing colored contacts specifically, but she was wearing glasses after she took them out, so clearly she does need, corrective lenses.
Yeah, no, she needs corrective lenses.
Yeah.
I was just curious if it's, like, if they're colored just for shits and giggles, or if they're colored because, like, the way because contacts do change your eye color regardless of what kind you have.
Oh. Not something I was necessarily aware of, but it's fine. I've only been wearing contacts for like 15 years.
Yeah,
for example,
something new.
Yeah, no, like, so I have green eyes naturally, but they took, when I had contacts, they had a more blue-green tint when I was wearing contacts.
Huh.
Because unless you're wearing, like, glass contacts, which are just clear, they are going to tint your eyes, because most, like, non-glass contacts are, like, either a shade of blue or a shade of something else.
Huh. Alright.
You learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't tell me why she wears contacts, but...
Well, it might just be vision correction, but it might just be... Might be a thing of, like, oh, I like the way these make my eyes look, so I'm going to not just get vision correction contacts, but also contacts to change my eye color.
Maybe it's just like a low-key disguise kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not stated anywhere that I can see.
I do remember it being a thing in the manga, though, and I think I also remember being confused about it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, now you know. At least something.
Yeah, not sure. Just while we're on the subject of Makoto, obviously, as we were saying, she's siblings with Tsukauchi from the main series. Tsukauchi does have, like, a truth-telling quirk, right?
I don't think we ever get what Tsukauchi's quirk is, or if we do, I don't remember it being a big deal.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
Am I going insane? Is fanfiction rotting my brain here? Because I could have sworn he also had a truth-telling quirk.
So it might be a case. It might be a case of, it was elaborated upon in fanfiction from Makoto's quirk in Vigilantes.
Maybe you might be right about that. You might be right about that.
It could be that, or it could have been stated briefly in canon and just never fucking came up in the series.
Because his thing, I was certain of that, and then I went and looked on his fucking Wikipedia page, and it doesn't say anything about his quirk, and I'm like, I could have sworn he's... What? No. What?
No, it doesn't mention his quirk at all. What the hell? How do we not know what his quirk is?
Again, don't know.
I'm just gonna do a general search.
How do we not know his quirk? That's...
Okay, I think it was on a draft page.
Oh, one of those pages that does the whole thing of character profiles?
Not even that. I think it was just like Horikoshi said, "Oh, this was what he was in a draft, and then I changed it," sort of thing. Changed some aspects of it.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think that might be what it... I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Look, it's okay. We all have brain rot in some regard.
Yeah.
It's okay to have fanfiction brain rot, Bill.
So
There's
weird
nothing to be ashamed of.
It's just so weird we don't know his quirk.
It is pretty wild, yeah.
Yeah, just...
Because, like, he's like... He's not, like, a huge character, but he's major enough so that we should know what it is. Like, we know Deku's mom's quirk. How do we not know this guy's?
I'm pretty sure we know literally every single other named character's quirk.
Exactly! It's usually, like, introduced when we learn who the character is.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, the fact that, Horikoshi mentioned it in a draft, the fact that Makoto does have, a version of a truth-telling quirk, I'm fairly sure there is, like, references to truth-telling in his fucking name, like in the kanji.
I mean, again, that could just be from the draft, or it could just be a case of, yeah, no, Horikoshi wanted to do this, but didn't find an appropriate point in the story to reveal it.
I mean, the wild thing is, apparently he was supposed to be a spy working for All For One.
Exactly, which that might be why we don't know his quirk. Maybe it was supposed to come up with that reveal.
Yeah.
If it was originally going to happen, and since it didn't, we just never got his quirk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, yeah, that was just something that like just really messed with me. Also, fucking Godzilla. Great.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is actually Godzilla.
Town, no notes.
Yeah.
Even the roar was incredibly similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, digging into Captain Celebrity a little bit, it is interesting that he is apparently America's #1 hero at this point. Because, like, we know Star and Stripes is America's #1 hero at the point of the main story. So either Captain Celebrity's controversies caught up to him and he got knocked out, or, like, I don't know, like, maybe America's hero ranking is super competitive or something like that.
I mean, again, the point is that this is, you know, a fair few years before the main series. Captain Celebrity.
Star Stripe is in her 40s.
Yeah, I know she is in her 40s. I'm getting to that rationale. I have come up with these rationales in my head, especially when I saw people discussing it. It's gonna be a few years. Captain Celebrity obviously has his controversies, spends some time in Japan, so that probably doesn't help his, you know, America hero rankings. And from what I know of Stars and Stripes, she is quite, you know, abrasive and doesn't necessarily follow the rules. So it's possible that she, you know, gets knocked down the hero rankings every so often because of that.
That is possible, yes. Also, maybe America just has a preference for flying brick types, like Captain Celebrity.
Yeah.
Which, you know, American-ass power set because of Superman.
I mean, apparently his quirk is just flight, which seems bullshit.
That is absolutely bullshit. He should not be that strong if that's his only quirk.
Yeah. Let me just... Yeah, I'm just...
Like, I know several characters pull off feats of superhuman strength despite being, you know, nominally only having a quirk that has nothing to do with superhuman strength. But that's at least within the realm of, like, oh, Captain America could do this, you know, slightly enhanced human type shit.
Okay.
Rather than, you know, lifting up a fucking cruise liner.
Okay. Here we go. Christopher's quirk covers himself and whatever he is in contact with inside an aerodynamic barrier that protects him from heat, cold, and physical harm. You can control how much of what or whom the barrier protects. And it is presumed that said barrier grants him superhuman strength. Which is wild.
Okay, so that's actually kind of like Superboy's tactile telekinesis in the comics. I know, I'm a comics nerd sometimes. Whatever.
I mean, to be fair, when Makoto was talking about, like, the early Vigilantes, at least one of them looked like Robin, so...
Yeah. But yeah, I know, so it's kind of like a combination of being able to fly and telekinesis that is applied to objects you touch.
Yeah.
Okay. The show made it sound a lot more simple than it is.
It's literally just called flight, so it's like, huh?
I mean, look, it's still some bullshit. It is still some bullshit.
Yeah.
Speaking of bullshit, despite it being in law in Japan, in America, you cannot sue someone just because they are cheating on you. Adultery may be a lawsuitable offense in Japan, but it's not in America. Oddly enough. It is reasonable to, you know, sue someone for damages due to relational distress caused by adultery.
Yeah.
So that's probably the angle they were going with in the dub. I don't know. I'm just fucking theorizing.
Yeah, it's not it's not a particularly huge. It's just to give fucking.
It's to give him an excuse. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's to give him a leash
A reason,
to stop him from being a complete douche. Yes.
Yes.
Also, Jack, it's just funny. I'm looking at the trivia page in Captain Slivery's article, and it directly compares him to Superboy. It's
Yeah, because of tactile telekinesis.
well, that is also Superman-like heroes who have flirtatious attitudes, love media attention and fame, and are very arrogant.
Oh yeah, that's 90s era Superboy to a T.
Yeah.
His birthday is also the same day as Stars and Stripes, which is American Independence Day.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. This American-ass motherfucker has a birthday on Independence Day?
Mm-hmm.
That's also, guess what? Captain America's birthday.
Shocker.
Huh.
I'm not shitting you.
No, I believe you.
I
It's-
absolutely believe you. It would just be, less impressive of a reason to give him the super serum if the doctor had just gone, and he was born on the 4th of July. How much more patriotic can you get?
It is very funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, we are, entering some good stuff. I'm trying to think how much, what else we might cover. I mean, obviously we ended with, whatchamacallit, Koichi's mum arriving in the post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Which, certainly going to be interesting, especially considering
We're going to get some hijinks.
Koichi claimed to have a girlfriend when he very much doesn't.
Yeah, we're gonna get some fun hijinks.
And,
Knuckle duster distress.
God. As hilarious as that would be, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know it's not, but it's a funny idea.
Yeah, Pop is gonna, look, Pop wants Koichi to ask her, but he's not going to because she's a middle schooler, and that's creepy.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the season ends. I have a feeling I know, but, again, we will see. But yeah, no, Vigilantes...
You know better than I do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to... So... It's about, 6-7 chapters for this particular arc. It'll probably end up being 3 episodes. Then the next arc is... Why did I do that? 9 chapters. This is 13 episodes?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think they could get to the end of the next arc. And that'd probably be the best stopping point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about villains earlier. Hachiska is a pretty fucking good villain so far.
Yeah, no, Hachiska is only been, in the background thus far, but certainly been very, very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. It's very fun to have, like, an unassuming Gyaru basically be, like, actually a scheming mastermind with a terrifying superpower.
Yeah.
It's a really nice twist on the usual villain formula in superhero shows like this.
Yeah. Also, how do you feel about Soga? Maybe not getting a redemption, but certainly being looked at in a more positive light for now.
I mean, he still sucks, but he sucks a tiny bit less.
Yeah.
Which I think is what they were going for. I think? maybe a stronger softening than what I'm experiencing, but yeah.
I mean, I will say this is very much just the start.
Yes.
I
mean, look, I do love a good redemption arc. It's just very hard to do well, especially with the jumping off point like Soga's.
I mean, what I
there
think...
are worse jumping off points, but...
Yeah. I mean, what I do think Vigilantes does well is it does go into the sort of almost dehumanization that people without sort of heroic quirks can, you know, suffer.
Yeah.
Because obviously the main series did a little bit of it with Shinso in particular, but it was never really a focus where I would argue it definitely is in Vigilantes. For
a second I thought you said Shinzo rather than Shinso. I immediately thought of the whatchamacallit, the Shinzo Abe meme. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, and in fairness, like, Hiroaka has done the bit with the whole villainous quirk can possibly lead to villainy if it's not, like, handled well. But there's also the whole thing of Hiroaka doesn't really have much in the way of, like, firm redemption arcs outside of probably well, there's Endeavor is more of an atonement arc. Bakugo's arc is weird. And kind of hard to classify. I think the closest we have to a like proper redemption arc in Hiroaka proper is Gentle and the Brava. And they're not really hardcore villains to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Lady Nagant's, but she doesn't have, like... She's also, like, the reluctant villain type.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like... It could be interesting how they handle it, depending.
Like I said, definitely, definitely, you know, a lot more to come. And again, the series does take place over the course of, you know, like 3 or 4 years or something like that. So,
yeah,
plenty
sounds
of time.
about right.
Plenty of time. We should probably move on, though.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I do love the bit where when Makoto's not Makoto's when Koichi's mom comes over, she looks in the fridge and Koichi's beer is under the label for guests only.
Yeah, for guests only. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the flashback to Pop and Koichi's first actual meeting when Koichi
that was
saved her.
interesting. Honestly, I do feel like if you're late for the hero exam because you stopped to save someone, you should get an automatic pass. I feel like that should...
Maybe not an automatic pass, but certainly an opportunity to take the exam regardless.
Yeah, no, like either like an exemption for being late or like an option for a do-over or some shit. Because like, it is unfair that he stopped to save somebody and he got disqualified for that.
Also, the complete irony of Koichi saying he'd recognize that pink hair anywhere when the actual person he saved was right in front of him.
To be fair, Koichi thought that he saved a little boy, not a little girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, how do anime protagonists keep making that mistake?
To be fair, I'm not sure Koichi ever really got a proper look at Pop.
No, that's fair. But yeah, we have talked about the show long enough, so we should probably move on.
Let's move on to Once Upon a Witch's Death.
Really good batch of episodes. Let's see, trying to remember which happens in which episode. I swear that pun wasn't intentional.
So me, I'm the most recent episode I finished was episode 5.
Oh Jesus! Oh yeah, you're double. Are you double only?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, no. The arc with Sophie was really good.
That was pretty enjoyable, yeah. And I was glad that it sort of it broke the trend of the resolution being for being Meg saying, "Oh, I'd almost given up, but now I want to keep living," because that happened in the first 3 episodes every time. It was getting a bit old.
Yeah, it doesn't really happen after that point, fortunately. So. But yeah, no, the whole bit with Meg developing a rapport with Sophie and eventually developing a bond was really good.
Yeah.
Love the whole bit with the quote-unquote star-crossed couple who hook up at the end of the whole thing.
Oh, you mean the furry couple?
Yeah, the furry couple. Look, I wasn't going to say it.
I was.
But yeah, the 4 episodes after that are all pretty good. Episode 8 is probably the most intense of those episodes.
Okay.
I won't spoil what happens in it, but the title should give you an idea.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I really like this show. Meg is such a fun character, and she really easily establishes a good rapport with just about everyone she interacts with.
Yes.
Like, she's a very dynamic protagonist in that way.
No, I think the writing for so far has been fairly nuanced in that a lot of the time she is just this, irreverent, happy girl, but you can see sort of those moments that peek out of more serious stuff. I will also say, very hilarious that when Meg ran out of power, the familiar shrunk down, and this normal-sized owl is frantically trying to hold Meg up.
Yes, that was great.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying the show so far.
I think the dub is up to episode 6, it looks like.
Yes, I just ran out of time. And it was,
no, that's fair.
It was very much a case of, I've watched 3 episodes, and I'm going to be behind anyway, so it's not going to hurt me that much to not watch the episode for this stream.
Yep. Again, completely fair. I very much look forward to your thoughts when you get up to episodes 8 and 9, because those are really juicy episodes.
I see.
6 and 7 are good too, but 8 and 9 are juicy as hell.
I see from the thumbnail that Inori comes back, which I'm quite happy about. I quite liked Inori and her dynamic with Meg.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
Again, they just have a very good bickering dynamic that again very much works. I am interested to see if Meg will venture further afield than her little town. Because, I don't know, I feel like she could be maybe a little bit more proactive with the whole gathering tears thing. She only has, 7 of them by the end of episode 5?
Yeah, yeah, that's totally where she's at by the next episode.
I mean, again, I'm looking at the summary, and apparently it's become easy to her to collect tears. So I'm guessing she speeds up the pace a little bit.
You're gonna have a fun time with episode 6. Episode 6 is a fun one.
I also imagine it's the type of thing where, maybe some of them get explored more in the source material, but they just went, let's speed up the pacing a little bit.
You kind of have to, because Meg was absolutely not on pace to make her goal.
Oh, no, 100%.
At the rate she was going.
100%. But yeah, I will also say, I used it for the screenshot, the shot of Meg flying through the fireworks, really fucking beautiful. But yeah, no, I said definitely enjoying the show. We'll definitely continue watching it. But let us move on to One Piece.
We're on the Kuma flashback, and we just got through the God Valley stuff, and oh boy, it raises as many questions as it fucking answers.
Yeah.
Like, we get to see Rox in their prime, but we do not see Rox himself at all. We hear his voice for the first time, finally, but, yeah. Yeah, I've seen a number of very funny what-ifs, like, what if, Ivankov, ate, Kaido's devil fruits? And, Oda apparently answered that once in an SPS. I would recommend looking up the image, it's amazing. But yeah, so yeah, we see the whole, the beginning of the whole clusterfuck at God Valley. We do not see, any of the results beyond Kuma eating, his devil fruit and, saving 500 people, including, Ivankov and, Ginny. And then we get, Kuma back to his homeland along with Ginny, and, yeah. So, Kuma's flashback is one of the best in the series.
Yeah.
And the anime so far has done a really good job with it. Mm-hmm. I am going to be emotionally devastated by the end of the flashback. I expect I will be weeping. And I expect many other people will be weeping too.
Yeah.
It is a very emotionally intense flashback sequence.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so also, apparently, Toei is going to, after finishing Egghead, go on a hiatus from doing the main adaptation of One Piece until Oda finishes with Elbaf. So we are probably going to get a thing like the Fishman Island remaster, most likely to fill in the gap, and it might be Punk Hazard next, probably based on them starting with Fishman Island. I don't know if they're going to go that route for sure, but that is what I have heard down the grapevine.
Interesting. Okay.
Not the confirmed remaster of Punk Hazard, but the going on hiatus after they're done with Egghead so that Oda can finish Elbaf.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting. So, all right.
It is very interesting.
I think that's also very smart if they do that.
Yeah. No, it gives them a lot more room to breathe and lets them adapt things at a better pace, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, Kuma's flashback is really good, one of the best in the series. I think if we did a tier list of flashbacks, this would go in S tier. But yeah, we should do a tier list of One Piece flashbacks.
Oh god.
Yeah. Look, there'd be so much arguing over some of those. But yes, it would be a fun time. Regardless, good adaptation so far, and I am ready to get my heart torn out and stomped on.
Yep.
But let us move on to
a show
something that's not as good as One Piece.
Yeah, a show that's not going to be doing that, because it's somehow it returned. We move on to Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World, Season 2.
Come on, Mel. It's not fair to compare this to The Rise of Skywalker. That movie is actual horseshit. Like, legitimately, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But yes, yeah, they're back and, not doing too shabby. There is some noticeable 3D animation here and there for like some quicker sequences, but it's not too distracting and it's actually fairly well integrated, so I give it a pass. Let's see what else. Yeah, shit's hit the fan in a big way. There is a full-blown invasion of the capital city in which Alice calls home. And, yeah, there's the elite fighters of the Empire have now squared off with the elite fighters of the Mage Queendom, as it were. I don't remember the names of the countries very well. It's been a while, and it's mostly been action sequences.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, going to be some very cool fights. And oh yeah, the eldest princess, Alice's older sister, turns out to be a dirty rat who has flipped on her family and lets the Empire's goons in. Whoops. So yeah, the Queen is now squaring off with the strongest of the Empire's fighters, and everyone else is squaring off for their own duels, except for Alice, who is racing to the palace. I did not rhyme that intentionally. But I will take it.
Fair enough.
Also, Iska is busy 1v1ing this one dude who does a lot of posing between his punching. Mostly the same pose, but he likes that pose. But yeah, should move on to a somewhat more dynamic show that has a lot more gay in it.
Let's move on to Rock is a Lady's Modesty.
God, this show is good.
It's very, very good.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was like kind of worried for a little bit there while when Lilissa was getting into her funk, and then the whole bit with her and Otaho started. I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna really lean into the that angle of it. Nice.
Yeah. And they just get carried away.
They get super carried away. They are locked in on each other. They only see each other. And in a rock and roll way, of course. In a rock and roll way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Also, Tina is coming into her own. Her performance was impacted by the unfortunate obscuration of Tina's Tinas.
Yeah.
As we may refer to them.
Probably should have practiced,
Unbounded, yes.
Covering up.
Yeah. Is what it is. Can't be helped. But yeah, there is, also, Tamaki is kind of an asshole, but I'm starting to come around to her.
No, she's an asshole, and I love her. She's great.
Yeah. She has a very, she brings an interesting dynamic to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very fun seeing this whole girl group come together in a completely rock and roll way, mind. This show has so many fucking innuendos, I swear.
It does, yeah. The camera angles they use during the performances are absolutely bonkers.
Yes. Also, Odaho's fucking outfit at the performance is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, she is unhinged as hell, but...
Yeah.
I do love that her driving rhythm is basically the light that guides the band.
Yeah. I like that detail. It's, adds a lot to the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
She's just happy to be there.
Yeah, no, she is. She loves rock and roll, and she loves having a good time, and you know what? Good for her. Yeah, not a lot of plot to discuss here, because it's mostly just character development and, like, a really kick-ass rock show.
Yeah. Mostly just the characters getting out of their funk.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah, the visualization of that was really good.
Yeah.
I love how they did the dynamics of the music during that sequence, too.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear everything start to slowly fade out, and then the drums fade in. Really good.
Yeah. And also just the big English on screen saying youth.
Yes. Also, I do think it very funny that the members of the other band are so enamored with Tina's that they completely forget about their rivalry for a second.
No. Really, really fun show. Despite
the music is
fucking high dive.
Point. Yeah. The music's on point. The opening is really great.
I love both the OP and the ED.
Yeah, no, the ED's good. It's a bit more static than I usually would give to like my winner or runner-up, but still a really good song, and the visuals are great.
Yeah, I do. I just really like the art.
No, the art is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good anime. Very curious to see how things go from where they left off, because they just ended with the end of the performance.
Yeah, we don't see the results or anything.
Yeah. But yeah, should probably move on to
a very interesting show. Let's move on to Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary Season 2. We have finished the arson arc. It wasn't fucking...
insane thing to say. I hope you realize that.
It wasn't fucking Yuki.
Oh.
It wasn't Yuki. And genuinely, so fucking insane. So basically, I was planning to only watch 3 episodes of this. Because again, this is a show that only I'm watching. I know I can, not be fully caught up on it. I'm still not fully caught up on it, but I know I can be not fully caught up on it, and it'll still be fine. This show forced me to watch an extra episode of it, because holy fuck. So basically, we've been following Urino throughout this entire arc, trying to figure this shit out. And as it turns out, he's a fucking idiot. And he was blowing this... He was making this such a bigger thing than it actually was. So, like, his big theory, like, the reason why he thought he knew best and was writing about all this and all this sort of shit was that he figured out, in inverted commas, that the arsonist was setting fires in different areas based on, like, a list of fire station, like, service what areas certain fire stations, like, provided service.
Mm-hmm.
Making a list. She's making a list. She's making a list.
As it turns out, the list that, Urino was working from, the only one in that form that existed was from 6 years ago, and was only in that form for 1 year 6 years ago, and so it was basically bullshit, because nobody would fucking look at that. There would be no reason to use that. So immediately, like, his whole fucking, like, way of devising theories is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. What then doesn't help is that he does actually start to suspect Yuki. And on the night of the final fire, both Yuki and Jogoro end up there, and end up working together to stop some accelerant from being set off.
Oh, that's good.
Urino arrives, sees Yuki. She also has a sledgehammer, and it has been noted in previous fires there had been hammer marks. She sets off running, he chases, he accuses her, and she basically tears him the fuck down, talking about how wrong he is, providing evidence for why he's wrong, and that he's basically so fucking unspectacular that he's never going to achieve anything.
Good lord. Okay.
She murdered him, metaphorically. And then, yeah, Jogoro basically turns up and basically says, yeah, Urano was an idiot, and this is how I basically manipulated his investigation to figure out, basically, nail down who the arsonist actually might have been, and then, me and Kengo set up a trap and Kengo caught the guy. Because basically, what Jogoro did was, so in these newspaper articles, Urano was putting the district that he thought was going to be targeted next. What Jogoro did was he had another member of the newspaper club, Itsukaichi, change the location to a more specific area, and then had him change it to different locations in that district based on which class the newspapers were going in. So one class got, Area 1, one class got Area 2. So when the arsonist set the fire in, say, Area 4, he knew that the arsonist was in that class. And as it turned out, the fucking arsonist was not using this 6-year-old fucking fire safety plan, because that's fucking stupid. He was basically reading Urano's fucking predictions for where the fire was set and gone, that's a good idea, I'm gonna set it there.
Oh my god.
And the worst
That's so fucking dumb.
The worst part of it was, the arsonist was Urano's best friend. And he was basically just getting off on Urano, making it a bigger and bigger deal and just getting it so wrong. Oh. And the even worse part, well, I'm happy because I've not been trusting the best friend here the entire time that he's been on screen, so I was glad I was right on that front. But Yuki did, on purpose, make Urano think that she was the arsonist. She, left clues that she knew he would, take in the wrong direction. He did that. She fucking murdered him for that because of the, because he tried to kiss her without her consent. She destroyed his soul. And it's just like,
God damn.
yeah. But as a result of this whole thing, Yuki and Jogoro are now back on their bullshit. Not trying to be, I don't think they're gonna try and be like ordinary people anymore, but certainly they are hanging out again. Yeah, I lost my shit. I'll give it to
all the twists.
I'll give it to the show. It got me. It really got me with that. I really enjoyed it. I don't know where we're gonna go from here.
How many episodes are left?
I don't think there's actually an episode count yet. It was 10 episodes last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if I just Shoshimin. Come on, Crunchyroll, load. Fuck's sake, come on. Oh, now it loads just as I pressed fucking refresh. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's been 9 episodes. There's 9 episodes out right now. So probably somewhere between 1 and 3 more. As I said, I'm 2 episodes behind. So again, we'll see how much more or what we get. But yeah, this show is insane. It really is. I honestly do kind of recommend catching up to it, Jack.
Maybe if I have time.
At least watch the Arson arc.
I am very busy over the next month.
That's fair. But yeah, no. Yuki and, to a lesser extent, Jogoro just murdered Portano. Just tore him down.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah. But yes, let us move on to our next show, which is Teogonia.
So, it's very funny that it is both funny to me and just kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That the god who the main character is working through is like, kill the priest of this fanatical religion. Kill him now. Kill him. And it's like, and kind of just dismisses like, oh no, he's fine. I can totally trust him. Has a conversation with him later that sets off a number of red flags for me. It's like, oh, he is going to be dangerous. And then said priest just shanks Kai in the back, like not even 2 minutes later. So yeah, maybe you should have listened to the voice in your head, dude.
Mm.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll survive. But yes, the show has a bit of an interesting shakeup with a few rapid fire things happening. First, the arrival of a basically a imperial inspector from the central parts of the nation that basically is checking the grain stocks and whatnot in the village that I forget the guy's rank, but the leader of the village runs.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, a priest comes along who is very knowledgeable about things, and yeah, shit hits the fan when there are simultaneous attacks from two of the neighboring nations, and well, not nations, well, yeah, nations basically, and shortly thereafter, both of the children of the village head come down with, oh god, my god has been my god's shrine has been defiled and I am suffering because of it.
Mm.
So Kai and the priest go out to clear that up, and as soon as they're finished with that, the priest has a conversation with Kai and tries to convince Kai to join him in the capital as part of the definitely not a cult that he is a part of. And when Kai refuses, he's like, okay, cool, I understand. Turn around and keep an eye on things for me, would you? I just gotta dig something out of my bag. Don't mind me, it's definitely not a backstabbing knife. But, yeah. Very interesting turn of events, and I haven't watched the latest episode, so I am very curious to see what happens next.
Alright, if you're ready to move on.
Yes, let us move on. Oh, hello, person in chat.
Hello, repentant man. What are you repenting for? Is it watching too much anime?
Been there.
Yeah.
Well, repenting for that.
Yeah. But let us move on to Be Hero X.
Fucking Uncle Rock.
Yeah, so Isol's arc was interesting.
Yeah, you know, if you go back and watch the opening, you do see Uncle Rock in the background where all the other executive dudes are sitting around the table.
Yes, and also, he there is a scene like where at one point he was there, like during the whole Isol like contest, where he said, we don't need a zero trust here, get him out. It's very clearly him, but you can tell by his voice, but it's so brief, and if you're not looking for it, you don't notice it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
him being the mastermind was crazy. like, holy shit, he did so much awful shit.
He did everything. He did everything. It was... It's actually insane.
Yeah. And, our good old hero of the arc played along like a goddamn fiddle.
Yeah. It's, this arc is like a dark reverse of Linling's arc.
Yeah. And honestly, have a lot less sympathy for Youngshen than I do have for Linling.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, like, Youngchen was being manipulated the whole time.
No, I get that he was being manipulated the whole time, but he still, like, chooses to do some pretty shitty stuff.
I mean, yeah, he killed old Isol, so...
Yeah. While he does feel bad about it, it was his own, like, hesitation that got his friend killed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, partially that and partially his uncle, you know, having him killed, but yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fucked up, and it's a dark reverse of Linling's arc, where Linling was imitating Nice, but by the end he's able to become his own person and his own hero. Meanwhile, it's the exact opposite for Linling. He becomes the new Isol.
And he loses himself in the role of Isol.
Yep, he loses himself and all of his and the people he cared about most. And it's
Shaching.
Yeah. The concert scene is
Yeah, speaking of the concert, Lucky Cyan's arc is interesting.
Yeah, we're getting her arc now, and she's in a cult. she's
I'm watching the first episode of her arc. I'm like, oh, this is going to be damaging to this child in so many ways. Not to mention, this is some culty shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, they worship her, and it's all like a big cult, and it's really weird and messed up because of her luck abilities. I guess you could describe it as. They worship her like some sort of goddess, and it's pretty messed up. But luckily, she makes a new friend who apparently has abilities related to bad luck. So, interesting, and he's definitely not going to get killed off at some point.
No, there hasn't been any element of tragedy in any of these arcs so far. No siree.
Yeah.
I do like that we get cameos from both Queen and X during this arc.
Yeah.
It's only the Queen one is a bit more substantial because she's the daughter of the reporter who rescued Lucky Cyan at the beginning.
Yeah.
But X is just a very brief cameo where he gives Lucky Cyan her first coin.
Yeah, and we don't even see his face, but it's X. It's almost definitely X.
Very clearly him from the silhouettes and what we've seen of him in both the previews and the opening.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes sense that we see Queen already because I believe she's the next arc. So
yeah, her arc is next.
Yeah. And of course, the concert that we see in episode 2 is the very same concert from Isol's arc, which is messed up. And I found myself looking for 3 empty seats in the audience.
I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it either. But I'm willing to bet it's there somewhere if you look hard enough.
Do love the whole thing of the combination of Cyan and Luo's powers causing the truck to just ram into the fucking cult leader dude.
Yeah.
That was very funny. But yeah, also, Cult Leader did some weird shit, and now everyone in the compound is a fucking zombie, I guess.
Yeah, it's, I believe it's because of Willow's abilities, but obviously, the head dude egged him on. I don't know what he told him. I'm very curious to find out.
Yeah, I am curious too. We're definitely going to find out next episode.
Yeah, now everyone's a friggin' zombie, so that's fun. But yeah, Lucky Science arc is great. Eso's was fantastic.
Depressing as fuck, yes.
It's depressing, but it was great. The show is amazing. I love this show so much.
It's really good. Also, the OP and the ED are both fucking great. I am very sad whenever they get skipped.
Yeah.
It's only happened like 2 or 3 times so far, but I am still sad.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, when they do change the ED for the character insert song, I don't mind that too much.
Oh yeah, no, I do like that. I like how every character has their own theme. It's great.
Yeah. The ED is probably going to get skipped a lot more coming up because the character arcs are a lot shorter for the most part after Lucky Cyan.
Yeah. Most certainly.
Yeah, there's only one 3-episode arc after hers. Everything else is 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm. And I like how each of the arcs take place at different points in the timeline.
Yeah. Apparently, Nice's arc is like near the very end of the timeline.
Yeah, and then Esol's is a few years before that, and Lucky Science starts even earlier before that, but then by the end, it's
Science is the one that jumps around the most in the timeline.
Yeah, because it starts when she's little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very curious to see the finale of that, and for Queen's arc as well, because from what we know about Queen, she wants to abolish the whole trust system altogether. So I'm very excited for that. She's the character I'm most interested in.
Same.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The ones after Queen could also be interesting, but I am a bit annoyed that X's episode is at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to care about Nice or Esol nearly as much as I ended up doing, so I'm just letting this show take me for a ride. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do kind of hope that Lin Ling winds up putting the hurt on Yang Chen, though, at some point. Because I know there is going to be a tournament at some point.
Yeah, we're getting that tournament, and we're getting that face-off. There's no way you don't set up those parallels, and you already set up a conflict between the two. So we're getting that face-off, and the hope is that Lin Ling knocks some sense into Yang Chen, but we'll see.
Honestly, they do have pretty comparable power sets, so it is probably going to be a pretty tight matchup. But I do think Lin Ling is going to win.
Yeah, I mean, narratively, I hope so, but
Narratively, it makes the most sense, not just because he's had the most focus so far, but also because, like, it fits a lot more thematically for him to win than for him to lose.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see. Great show. Really, really enjoying it, and I'm so happy that this is 2-core.
Yep. Yeah, no. Oh, I do wonder if they're going to keep the OP for the whole thing.
That's what I was wondering. I was also wondering the same thing about the ED, because it's like the lyrics of the ED, they tie very heavily into both Nice and Esol, but you could probably apply them to multiple characters, so it's...
Probably.
Yeah. But we'll see. I hope they keep them all the same, especially since we're probably going to be skipping them a few more times anyways. So
yeah. You know, I have also seen speculation that Queen's arc is going to tie a little bit more into Cyan's arc.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
Yeah. Especially since they're shown to be pretty close together on some of the promotional artwork.
Yeah, it seems like they might be tight, which that'd be awesome.
I think they're part of the same agency.
That's believable.
Yeah. They do have several already formed connections, which does lend credence to that.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Indeed we shall. Boy, oh boy. We're going to have some fun stuff to discuss next time.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, we've still got some fun stuff to discuss because we go to Musume Cinderella Grey.
I call bullshit on Ogre not being allowed to the Japan Derby.
I mean, that's what everyone's calling.
I mean, my sort of bullshit calling is the fact that they keep saying, "Oh, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing," and now Ogre has missed it. And I'm just like, does the derby not happen next year?
So, I looked it up, and the derby in real life is limited to just 3-year-old. I think it's Colts and Follies or something like that. So it's a specific age bracket. Right. So once you age out of that bracket, you can't go into it.
Yeah, which unfortunately none of the anime really make that like explicitly clear to people who aren't in the know. So it's
I looked it up specifically because I was unclear on why Ogre would not be able to do it after not making the cuts.
Yeah,
I do think the strict regulations on it are bullshit, especially in the anime, because there's a lot less justification for it in the anime universe than there is in real life.
Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, those rules are being overturned anyways, so...
Yeah. Too bad it's too late for Ogre.
Yeah, but it works out well for Opera O, who actually gets a little cameo there. That's why they showed her briefly, because she's the first horse to win because of such rule, so...
That's
good for her.
Yeah.
But we do have an establishment of Ogre's new upcoming rival, Tamamo Cross.
Yeah.
I believe her name is.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a fun character.
Yeah.
So, just going back, sorry. If there's an age restriction, like... I'm curious how, like, Rudolph got in the position she's in, you know, as this fucking Uber champion, if, like, there's...
She won the Triple Crown, so the Japan Derby is the last in the Triple Crown in Japan.
Right, okay.
So it's 3 consecutive races.
Right. And those were the 3 races that we saw. The one that was won by Yino, one that was won by Dick the Striker, and then the Japan Derby.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rudolph won all 3 of those.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Which is why she's called Emperor.
Yep.
But Triple Crown is very difficult for horses.
I'm still saying bullshit, because the only reason Ogre didn't register is because presumably she didn't know she needed to, because she didn't know she was fucking transferring.
Yeah.
True.
But
the registration deadlines are bullshit. Absolutely. There's no way she could have made the deadlines with the way she was brought up to that league. Which I assume is why the rules were changed. Unfortunately, again, it's too late for her.
So really, this is all Rudolph's fault for not recruiting her sooner.
Yes. I mean, she does try to make up for it by, pushing for Ogre to be included in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets overruled.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fucking bait and switch that they pulled, that was horseshit.
Honestly, I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, no, that actually bothered me.
Alright, so I was actually curious to see how they would adapt that, because in the manga, it's much less obvious because Ogre's outfit is so different from everyone else's. In the manga, they hardly show her outfit at all.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell unless you're actively looking for it. I think at the anime they did a pretty good job adapting it considering what they had to do. But they did that bait and switch.
I'm gonna blame Rudolph because apparently it was all in her head. So.
Yeah, I mean, she was visualizing her being there.
Too. She gets called out for fucking daydreaming at one point.
But yeah, fuck off Rudolph for that. Leave your daydreams out of the show, please.
No, I did spoil myself, quote unquote, by looking up history. So, yeah. Now, very interesting though.
Here's another thing. This is what 1987, 1988.
Yeah.
Joe had a smartphone in one of the episodes.
Oh yeah, no, I brought this up like earlier because it's like you see some of the horse girls as kids and they're playing on a Game Boy SP. It's like yeah,
The timeline is super fucking inconsistent here.
yeah, no, don't.
I mean, my question was, is this world more technologically advanced because we have horse girls instead of horses?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's the different. Ooh, okay. See, this is just that meme where society of horse girls existed. Like that's literally that meme image.
Yeah.
Where it's all a polar's future. And it's like that's what we're missing out on because horse girls don't actually exist. So.
Damn.
Good job,
Okay,
science.
thanks for missing out. Hardcore. But yeah,
Also,
I do love the races we actually see Ogre participating in, and the build up towards the Japan Derby, because those were all really good.
I do love
especially
that. I do love Ogre's.
Oh shit, she's behind me.
Yeah.
Thing.
I also love that Ogre's prize for the one against Black Ale was for Black Ale to watch her language.
Yes, that was great.
Which was very funny when I saw a tweet of somebody saying, of Ogre saying, "Hey man, can you watch your language? My mom watches my races."
Yes. Amazing.
Also, we haven't really talked about it yet, but yeah, so Ogre ends up leaving Kasamatsu. Which is that race she has with March in the opening where they're both in like their proper racing silks. Yeah, that was a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a bait and switch. I do like the overall bait and switch of the plot of, yeah, no, this is going to be just like the Kasamatsu league, and it's going to be focused on Ogre and March, and they're developing rivalry. Nope! Just yanks the rug right out from under you. This is actually the prologue, bitch. We're going to Nationals.
To be fair, even the stuff we've seen in Nationals so far seems to only be Chapter 1.
Yeah!
I mean, I'm interested considering this is only a one-course show thus far.
No, it's 2 cores.
Is it 2 course?
Yes, it is.
Mal has it down for 13 episodes. Is it split core?
Oh, that's. No, it's not split. As far as I'm aware, Mal's just wrong.
Mal has been wrong before.
Mal has
On
been wrong
multiple
before.
occasions. Yeah, no, Annihilus also has it for 13 episodes for some reason. That's weird.
Where did you see that it was going for 2 cores?
The official announcement. Let me bring up the.
Gotta love how the people running both Mal and Annihilus seem to have just ignored the official announcement then.
Yeah. I'm gonna double check the Wikipedia.
No, it is split core.
Oh, it's split core.
Yeah.
So it's still 2 cores, but it's
Yes.
2 split cores, okay.
Because ANN says the anime will premiere on April 6th and run for 2 cores with a break in between.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, okay. I thought it was consecutive. I might be thinking of a different show.
Maybe. I mean, Witch Watch is running 2 cores straight.
Yeah. And so is To Be Hero X. So I might have gotten it mixed up with that.
Perhaps.
It is 2 core.
Okay. Good, because I did think it was a bit weird that, you know, at episode 9 it's saying, end of chapter 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 2 full cores. Not consecutive, but yeah.
So, these fucking races that Ogre has missed out on. I'm sorry, I'm going back to this because this is really breaking my brain.
It's
so
fine.
what? It's only for like first year high schoolers in this horse girl world?
It seems so, yes.
Yes, basically.
Presumably there are other races just as prestigious
There are other
afterwards.
races.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Triple Crown is like an early life high level achievement, kind of like going to nationals in like, you know, a high school sports.
Right.
Yeah, there are other races that are even as prestigious, if not more so, that will that Oguri has a chance to participate in. So it all works out. But
honestly, if I was Oguri at this point, I just say, fuck it, I'm going on a trip back home. Don't watch the Tokai Derby. I won't be in it. It's fine. And then just run in it. Because why the fuck not? And honestly, from a publicity standpoint, the best choice was to let Oguri run in it.
Yeah,
it was.
No,
but
exactly.
they didn't want to go against the rules or whatever. So it's
rules are dumb sometimes. They need to be ignored
that's,
sometimes.
That's why they're being changed.
Yes, but sometimes the change is too late, and they should have been ignored in the process of changing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Sometimes rules are dumb and arbitrary. Is what the show is probably trying to tell us.
But hey, look at it this way: Oguri impact was so big, it changed the rules forever. So.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, she's now met her toughest challenge yet, the Transcend Academy chef.
Yes, love that bit.
It's so funny.
She just fucking ignores the potential rival coming up from behind her. And she's like,
Yaino was trying to offer a literal letter of challenge, and Oguri just didn't care.
No, she's like, I see food, I eat. You were the opponent. I fucking love Oguri. She's great.
Yeah, no, I do absolutely
fantastic.
adore Oguri. I do like that we're getting little bits of flashes back to the gang at Kasamatsu, and the fact that March is apparently now part of the friend group.
Which
good
is
for her, honestly.
I'm also really glad that Belno transferred too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to have a straight woman to, like, bounce off of Oguri's shenaniganry.
Yeah. If nothing else, just another familiar character. Because I was a little worried about that.
Straight.
Yeah. What was that number? No character in the show is straight?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean straight? None of these characters are straight.
Of
I was
course.
worried I'd struggle to keep the characters gay.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, Norn is very clearly not straight. Because that fangirling, though.
Yeah.
No. The lesbian yearning is real.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Who could blame her?
Honestly. Don't be surprised if Oguri starts her own little harem in the process of this show.
Yeah.
Look, I imagine she pulls. Lots of food onto her plate, but also chicks.
Lots of chicken, yes.
What do you mean chicks? We're talking about horses.
Yeah,
we have fun here.
this is a good show.
It is
Easily
a good
one of
show.
the best of the season. There's a lot of good shows this season, but this is top 5.
Yeah.
Also, Dicta Striker should count herself lucky. In another world, she'd have been shot for that leg injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in real life, she the horse did suffer a minor leg injury that didn't require being shot.
Yeah. That usually doesn't.
I like
happen.
that there's 2 levels of leg injuries for horses. Don't get shot and get shot.
I mean, yeah, because it's very difficult for a horse's leg to heal.
Yeah.
Like, if it's past a certain degree of severity, they need to be put down, otherwise they just suffer in agony for the rest of their lives.
I wasn't questioning the getting shot part. I was just making a joke.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Tamamo Cross is going to be the next rival, which should be interesting. She's been hinted at for, the last few
She's been
episodes.
built up quite a while.
Yeah.
Love the lightning energy on her.
Oh yeah, they
literal
also changed the OP.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Changed it from the Kasamatsu gang to the Nationals gang.
I mean, there's some still Kasamatsu stuff. But yes.
Yeah, there is, but like the primary focus has shifted.
I would say the big thing that got replaced was March.
Rip.
Pretty much all of March's scenes are replaced with Cross. So.
I mean,
Rip.
March is there at the very end. So.
Yeah.
I do hope we get Ogre in her proper like special running outfit at some point as well.
We will. Don't worry.
I must admit, I did think it was weird that she was basically in Jin uniform when all of these other characters are in like super special outfits.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing that kind of gives it away, which is unfortunate that the anime couldn't avoid that. But it's like but in the manga, like it's hardly noticeable. You have to look for it.
Yeah. I mean, the special outfits are extra as hell.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I question Sakura's choice because I feel like her flowy sleeves are probably increasing like air resistance. But hey,
It absolutely increases drag. Also, the sandals are very impractical to run in.
probably yeah. But hey, she won, so what the fuck are we talking about?
I mean, these outfits don't make sense for a multitude of reasons. There's one who literally has a knife on her outfit, and it's like an actual knife that she can just take out and use at any time. So,
Does she use it? Is my question.
what was your question?
Does she use it?
She doesn't, but she absolutely could, because it's like if you pull her in the gacha, when you summon her, it's like she does pull out the knife in her animation.
God, okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Of course, she doesn't actually like use it, but it is an actual knife.
I mean, maybe I should have been suspicious that Ogre won by 7 lengths in this big fucking race. But hey,
don't underestimate Ogre.
I'm a trusting person.
Honestly, though, like, I would fully expect Ogre to win by quite a bit in the race. I mean, that's the whole point of Rudolph's imagined spots. That, like, if Ogre had been in the race, she probably would have won.
Yeah.
Yep. But we'll never know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And meanwhile, Joe is trying to get swole.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's trying to get swole when he's meant to be, getting his license, but hey.
Well, hey, everyone has their methods.
I also don't know why he wears his hat inside, but, it's just me.
Well,
Some people just look better with hats on, dude.
Maybe he has a big bald patch.
Maybe.
I don't think he does, but I don't remember.
If you don't remember, that means he might.
No, I'm like 99% sure he doesn't, but
that's still 1%.
I'm just trying to remember if we actually see him with his hat off. I think we do.
I don't recall, but I think it has happened at least once.
Anyway, we should probably move on to our next show, which is, of course, Windbreaker Season 2.
One last thing I wanted to make note of. Sorry, just one minor thing that I really liked. In the ED, when Ogre actually does leave Kasamatsu, you can see her and Joe running together.
God damn it.
For that episode. Yeah, just a little detail that I loved. Alright. Sorry, we can move on to Windbreaker.
Let's move on to Windbreaker Season 2.
So you like Tsubaki Mill?
Honestly, it's just not fair, because Tsubaki is just teasing Sakura so much. He's just so susceptible to Tsubaki.
Sakura is an eminently teasable character, let's be real.
Yeah.
I do love that Sakura confuzzled himself into an illness.
Yes.
Very in character. And that Kaji repeated the speech that Hiragi gave him. That was quite a nice touch.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna have a fun time delving more into Tsubaki's character in the next few episodes.
And the presumably Yakuza stuff?
No, that's a Robo Ichiza, I think it was.
Roppo Ichiza, yes. I just sort of assumed
They're
they
not
were a
Yakuza
group.
per
Okay.
se.
Per se.
They're basically
okay.
like they're basically like the young adult equivalents of Wolverine.
Okay. Look, they just look really Yakuza-like.
I'm pretty sure the design choice is deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're based off the Yakuza, so it's,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a more chill Yakuza.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. Less formalized, essentially.
Yeah. Nakamura seems fun. And I love
Who
that
seems
it's
fun?
now running gag that Sakura can sense romantic chemistry between people and gets flustered as a result.
Yeah. Yeah. Do love that everyone knows about Tsubaki's crush on
Umemiya.
Umemiya. And yet Umemiya's just like doesn't comment on it at all.
I mean, maybe they
It's
are
like-
actually going out on the down low. Who knows?
Maybe it's just that, or maybe Umemiya is just that oblivious. Hardcore shonen protagonist energy.
It legitimately could be that, to be fair.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna have fun with the upcoming fight sequences. You know.
I look forward to it. I saw people posting one involving Tsubaki that I quickly scrolled past. I didn't want to see it yet, but so I know
It's in the latest episode, so it'll be a while before you get there.
only a couple of weeks. I did like the Ito episode. I thought that was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just the sort of like heartfelt stuff that Windbreaker does do so well for being a fighty shonen show.
Yeah. Look, just because it's a battle shonen doesn't mean it can't have thoughts about feelings. But yes, no, the Ito episode was really good. Very, very sweet. Do love that the boys gave some actual nice insight into that whole situation too, which was really cool.
Yeah. And I like the ending shot of Yui sticking her tongue out at the oblivious Ito.
Yeah.
And of course, how wonderfully gender affirming that old couple was.
Mm-hmm. They're really great for Tsubaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Oh, also love Tsubaki's lieutenants. They're hilarious.
The brothers, yeah.
Yeah. You do gotta love some comedy twins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Windbreaker is just very good. Really, really a show I enjoy. I mean, put it this way, when I was starting my catch-up, I wanted to start sort of on a high and, to get momentum going. I chose Windbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I watched 2 episodes of Windbreaker, because fuck it, why not?
Honestly, like, Windbreaker is... If this wasn't the season with Apothecary Diaries, it would be the easy frontrunner for sequel of the season. But yeah, a lot of good stuff in Windbreaker.
To be fair, Jack, you gave Apothecary Diaries sequel of the season last season, so you could say that it's not eligible for this year's award, of this season's awards.
True, it would be unfair to give it the award 2 seasons in a row.
I mean, I probably still will, but
yeah,
if you want to do that, that's entirely your
the
prerogative.
thing is, like, look, I'll talk about it off stream. But yes, moving on to the penultimate. Unless you have something else to say.
I enjoyed the fight with Sakura and Suo against all those thugs. I loved Nirei's turtle trip.
Yes.
Loved their turtle trip. And not related to the episodes, but there is a like merch thing that Windbreaker is doing with some glasses company. So there's like personalized glasses for each character. and they did a visual with the characters wearing the glasses, and Suo is wearing his fucking eye patch over the top of his glasses, because of course he is. But yes, let's move on to our penultimate show now, which is Witch Watch.
There's been a really funny batch of episodes. The last week's episodes was mostly focused on Kanchi, and it was pretty funny. Had the whole Sentai stage acting bit, and him going him deciding gotta go fast, and not considering the consequences for why that might be a bad idea. But yeah, that was a fun batch of episode. That was a fun episode, rather. Also had the bit with the homeroom teacher being a hardcore manga otaku and eventually bonding with one of the students over it. And actually a pretty sweet episode with Nico and Morihito basically bonding and getting a little bit of romantic development between the two of them. Oh, and then of course there was also the episode where Nico and Khan try to start a YouTube channel, and hilarity ensues. It's hard to talk about like overarching developments in comedies like this, especially sketch comedies, but
yeah,
very fun stuff. Yeah, fun stuff. Should probably move on to the final show of our selection.
Yeah, let's move on then to Yaiba Samurai Legend. So, I've heard something bad about this. Do you want me to say it now, or do you want to wait?
Let's just get it out of the way now.
Rip the band-aid off.
Yeah. So there have been at least 2 people I've seen who've said they worked on animation for the show and have not been credited for it.
Dude.
That's awful.
That's unfortunate.
That's really shitty.
I would hope that it's a mistake, but that
you can't put it past anime companies, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's Wit Studio, who, they certainly have a history, so... But that is unfortunate. I do hope they are properly given credit when the Blu-ray releases. But yeah, that sucks.
It really does.
Yeah. But moving on to the actual show itself, it's been a whole lot of good fun.
You love the whole Kojiro and Musashi rivalry, as is frequently recounted throughout so much anime.
Yeah. Yeah, that and Yaiba does a little time warp.
Did time warp? Yeah. For a split second, when Yaiba came back, I thought, oh shit, he spent a while on the past, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that was just his outfit. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was intentional. I think they wanted to trick you a little bit.
Yeah. The whole bit with Kojiro and Musashi was really good. The fucking minions that Onimaru sent after Yaiba were just all over the fucking place tonally.
Yeah.
Like, the vampire episode was genuinely kind of tension-filled.
Oh, which one?
The vampire episode, Mr. Bat.
Yeah, Mr. Bat. Yeah. No, Mr. Bat's, like, that whole episode's incredible. That's, like, and it was mainly all done by one dude, so... yeah, absolutely incredible episode. That's, like, a landmark episode of this year probably, and animation wise and story wise, it was great too because it's intense because
it was very stylishly directed as well.
Yeah, just an incredible episode overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Mr. Bad himself was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, there's on the other side of the coin, there's the episode where all the other fucking minions try to get at Yaiba. It's like, okay, you guys are comically inept.
Yeah.
Just fucking tripping over each other and hurting each other in the process.
Yeah. It is funny how some of the minions have just ended up becoming friends with Yaiba. So
yeah.
all it's really doing is just building a team there.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we get the Coach Row two-part introductory two-parter, basically.
Yeah, and Yaiba starts to master his I always forget the name of this sword, but you know the one.
I think it's like the Raijin Ken or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is, the Raijin Ken. Yeah, he actually starts mastering it, and he's able to use some of its power now while still maintaining control.
Mm-hmm. It is absolutely fucking hilarious that Musashi decided he needed to live hundreds of years just because of Yaiba telling him about fan service shit. Oh yes, pretty girls in sexy outfits.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how certain scenes differ from the manga, because like we do get to see like smartphones and stuff every now and then. So,
yeah,
like,
I think they've updated the timeline, but it's one of those things like some other anime remakes I think have done similar stuff where they've just like kind of pushed the timeline a little bit and changed very little else.
Yeah.
Like, I know some don't do that, like the Urusei Yatsura remake didn't do that because it's kind of the 80s, so it kind of had to stay that way.
Yeah.
But, like, others have changed things like that.
Yeah. And then there's Musume, who has smartphones in 1987.
Don't worry about it.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, Yaiba's been a lot of fun. I won't spoil the most recent one, but there's not a whole lot that's going on. It's mainly just a training episode for Yaiba where he tries to master a new move.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
And then finally building up to the supposed final battle, but I mean, I know how long this manga is.
Out there.
Yeah, I don't think this is actually the final battle, but it's building up that way. So
we talked about cores earlier. Is this one core or two cores?
I actually don't know. I don't
Currently
know if it's
unknown.
been confirmed.
What's that, Bill?
Unknown on Mal.
Well,
Okay,
damn.
so we just don't know.
Guess not.
So yeah, it could just be like one core and then the second one's confirmed after. And then they just act like the second core is like a whole new season when it's just the same season, but it's another core, but they're still going to call it season 2, and I hate when anime do that.
Yeah. So, correct me if I'm wrong, the original manga for this ran for 4 years, if I remember correctly?
Just one, from what I'm seeing.
It ran for almost 5 years.
I'm looking at the original anime.
Yeah, the original manga ran for 24 volumes for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep, about 5 years.
So yeah, 24 volumes is enough for, I want to say, like 6 to 8 cores of anime, depending on how pacing goes.
Yeah.
Or if you really want to condense it, but I don't think this show is doing that.
Yeah. I'm sure there are efforts being made to condense a handful of chapters into an episode, but I don't think it's really been to its detriment, depending on how much it's been doing it.
This is also a very old story, so they could easily do a full adaptation if they wanted to.
Yeah, and with a lot of action, so it's probably we'll see what happens, but yeah, it's I would hope it's I thought I remember it being confirmed to be a full adaptation, though.
I think I saw something about it, yeah. But, like I said, it's going to be several cores if it's going to do a full adaptation.
Yeah. But we'll see, but it's a lot of fun. Really loving this show.
Yep.
Alright, well, if that is everything, then time to end the stream. Yeah, mid-season-ish check-in, so we'll be back in about a month to do the wrap-up and the awards, which, you know, will be good for my catch-up. I won't have to catch up on as much as usual.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Assuming I do the same thing as I've done for the last, like, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Procrastination. There's no shame in it. We all do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm gonna try this time. I say that every time, but I'm gonna try again. Yeah, that's everything. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. In terms of future stuff, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and all that YouTube stuff.
Like, subscribe, comment down below. Please press that bell icon now.
And otherwise, hopefully we will see you on Tuesday. Good night.
Later.
Bye-bye.